One of the interesting things that stand out to me, too, is just how much fun Virtus Pro's having. We don't really see them as a team that kind of plays to just have fun and mess around. They have a lot of their discussions tend to be very serious in the past with Dr. Hippie, with Casey introducing not only a very fresh creative view on deck building and plays, but also introducing more lightheartedness, allows them to stay relaxed throughout the entire time. So, I'm looking forward to see how this matchup's going to go between Team Love You Lots and Planet Odd as we enter the pick ban phase.
That's right. And speaking of those mix-ups and having a lot of fun here, Trinity is really different from a lot of other tournaments. All 9 classes represented across both teams. At the start of the match, they're going to ban 2 of the opposing team's classes, and they will not be available for play. Of the remaining 7, they choose 6 of those that they'll come to battle with, and they leave 1 behind. From there, they play a last hero standing match where the first team to take 6 games is going to win the set.
And so far, we haven't really seen too much variation in recent times outside of the Hunter self-ban. Druid Priest have been eliminated from most lineups, and it's going to be the case once again.
Now, there is something that's a little bit extra going on in this matchup, too, with Chalky, Zlay, and Muzzy versus Surrender, Hoy, and Sixo, is that all of these players share a lot of similarities in how they approach the game.
So many similarities, in fact, that Chalky and Muzzy are both playing Warlock, apparently. That's obviously an error. One of them is playing Warrior, but we'll fix that in just a second there. Turns out Warlock and Warrior are very similar on the keyboard when you start typing in
and so they'll be piloting decks individually, but they will be collaborating as a team. So that delegation of votes that you get on plays does matter, but it's ultimately up to the pilot to make that final decision, e.g. Bunny Hopper not evolving in the last game.
Yeah, I mean, you even heard their comms, right? Planet Odd, by the way, 6-0 is going to be on Shaman, Warrior, Hoy on Paladin, Warlock, Surrender on Rogue and Mage. Planet Odd definitely has a lot of high expectations considering they have the Spring and Summer Champion. Part of me feels like it's been kind of like a disappointment to see Planet Odd's performance so far. Not because we think they're playing bad, but just looking at the results. When you look at Planet Odd, just their resume individually, you feel like coming together should put them as one of the highest performing teams, but right now they're just kind of on the bottom half.
And that sometimes happens when you put 3 very strong minds together discussing everything, is that it's like you overthink certain scenarios. Like I think back to, I think it was week number 2 with Firebat casting here, they missed back-to-back turns of lethal with a Defile versus a Bittertide Hydra.
Yeah,
they were concerned with just defensive play the entire time. You can tunnel vision on just making safe plays when you have a lot of people voicing their opinion on stuff. You're not registering little tiny things as much unless someone's dedicated to paying attention to that.
Well, 6-0 is going to start things off here for Planet Odd, which puts them...
It's in Europe time, too. I mean, this is very late for them, and then Surrender in South Korea as well.
Well, they're around the same time zone. I think that they're 15 hours ahead.
So it's from the future?
If I calculate correctly, which means that right now, if it's 2:30, Surrender's 15 hours ahead, like in Asia. So that would put him at 5:30 a.m. right now or something like that.
He's in the future.
Or no, 9 a.m.? I can't count.
Does he know the result already?
And then 6-0, of course, and Hoy, and just anyone in Europe is at midnight around. So.
I wonder where 6-0's at right now, actually. That's not his usual house at the moment, so I'm curious where he's playing from. But
he told me he was traveling because I think there's like a big Korea tournament coming up for him, like Orange and him and a few other people.
Oh yeah, he's traveled quite a bit abroad for extended stays for different tournament series.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, Chalky, he's been kind of quiet just in general outside of the Trinity series, but we know that when it comes down to it, he's one of the best when it comes to preparing and also in-game play. It's all about whether or not they did anything extra this week. And I think Team Love You Lots is more of like relying on just solid play. When you have guys like Zlay into the mix, Zlay's a big fan of just playing good, playing well.
Yeah.
And then Chalky is definitely more on the innovation side, and Muzzy's kind of in between, I feel like.
You mentioned yesterday the idea of a specialist on your team and how important that could be. These 3 have different things that they specialize in. Muzzy sees just about every single line of play from a micro perspective and how it affects the next couple turns. Chalky's always thinking about the overhead strategy. How could you approach a match or a matchup and really get a solid edge from your philosophy on how you approach it. And Zalae is very much about the power decks and really bringing those lines of thought back to a simple standpoint. Sometimes the simple thing is the best spot, as we were just talking about. When you talk too much about complicated things, sometimes you miss the small stuff. They have a great dynamic between them, and you can see how from week 1 and 2, where they start out 0-2, that now they're vying for that first place spot.
Kind of mentioned how Shaman was a deck earlier on in the Trinity series that started off for many teams. Planet's going to kick it off with their own Shaman, but they run into a Warlock. However, it's not the Warlock that they fear. It is a Zoo Warlock to start things off here.
Yeah.
You're right. If we get nothing, are we happy we have it? Yeah, I think we
want cheap stuff against Shaman. I want to be on the board.
I agree. Like, it's a favorable. We just need to not have a god-awful draw.
Good work.
They 3 kept.
Bad work.
Yeah. This Firefly is going to be a tilter, huh? I think we're going to double 1, yeah.
Yeah, most of the time.
I'm in charge now.
Well, quite obvious
If
they
we
have
single one, they don't
it's
really
gonna
let us
die.
one Blood Fury anyways, so we might as well double one.
Right.
Well, the argument would be to like play 1 and then tap Coin Serenite.
Yeah, I mean, they very obviously have either a Flame Tongue or a Claws. I'm thinking it's more likely to be Flame Tongue, but it could be either.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I would double 1 and hope to.
So we double 1, they Flame Tongue, they have to take 2 double trades, yeah, and then we just get playables, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We can rip like Captain
Cards
on
that we
3.
can play.
Yeah. Okay.
Play the Malkazar's Imp first. That way we can utilize the value from the Actress Veteran Battle Croc.
Correct.
Buff.
Any theory up?
Speak your piece.
Of course.
Full dice, but it's fine. I mean, we have a one and yeah, it just them have a decent there, so right? Actually, yeah, because they trade the pitch, trade the 1/1 or 1.
Like the Jade Claw.
Yeah, what about Firefly? No, yeah, right. We just want to roll this turn to be mana efficient, okay? But I clear here everything, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I guess I could go for the 1/2.
2 damage face to us. I guess they trade no matter
How
what.
do you get punished?
Void Walker, 2 Void Walkers.
Wasn't really punished.
then we have Port.
Do that trade. Yeah, I think I would still do that trade, even if they Void Worker. If you don't mind, I would face here. Like, I don't see how we get punished. If there's some I missed it, then I'm fine getting punished there, but I don't want to miss that one image.
Okay, we go Path. Also, since you have Port Select, there's even more reason to do.
Just a 0/3. Going into like 3 mana and a Claws, which is just very much more awkward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we can wait, act like we have a 1 that we don't really want to play because it dies Claws, so we tap. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yep. Hey.
I was thinking of.
One of their cards could be Galaka. I mean, obviously we have no way to respect that whatsoever. I mean, they wouldn't tempo it here, I guess. They just totem.
It's actually really good at recovering. Bad first turn.
Our hand, yeah. Yeah, it's quite good at that.
Okay.
Would have been a tilter to draw patches.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Captain, we're gonna kill the Firefly.
Which one?
The one on the left, because
Well,
it screws up their positioning more.
Yeah, and it's a Firefly, not a...
Well, it doesn't matter. The positioning
That means
is the
they
relevant
missed position. They should have put the Flame Element on the left and the Firefly on the
part.
right.
It really doesn't matter.
They messed up.
They also didn't position on crushing walls. That's like really important to know.
No, that's important.
Okay. Tilter, but we do have Dreadlord coming up.
Yeah,
so
we'll
they don't have Thrall.
So the question is, do we play Serenite or Voidwalker Blood Fury if we're expecting them to evolve? Because the Voidwalker Blood Fury is pretty good. Both are pretty bad to
Both
flame.
lose to loss. Or to flame.
Right. So it's a 4/6, which is better on board and makes them less likely to trade in their 1/1s, correct?
Well, they just flame.
What about Jade Lightning?
Trade this
Right.
stuff.
We think they have a Flame Tongue.
I think it's better to play.
Don't play it, right?
It's better to play the Voidwalker, right? Because it's a more situational thing to go Voidwalker Fury Potion than Serenite.
Well,
No.
no. The thing I'm thinking is Serenite costs 4, and we can fit the Voidwalker.
We can fit
in.
Voidwalker in on 6 with the Dreadlord.
Yeah,
But the
I would
Voidwalker is
say-
stronger now.
The Chain Gang makes them trade their 3/4 in some of the time because they don't think they need to
Need to flame tongue.
Flame Tongue. So
I think
they can-
Serenite's better.
I kind of like the Serenite, but I like the Serenite better, I think.
I think Serenite's weaker on board, but leaves us with a better hand. I'm fine
Right.
with
Yeah.
Serenite.
I think this makes them less likely to take their good Flame Tongue because they can be more greedy knowing they have a value hit on board.
Trying to bait them into playing into our Despicable Dreadlord.
Yes.
The team discussions from these two are so very interesting, and right now they're so very different. I mean, 6-0 is looking like he's quite stressed, and that the issue is really pressing. Of course, see his camera stuttering a bit. But Team Love You Lots is talking about so many different angles, and despite their life tap on turn 2, that Captain was a big saver for their hand because now their recovery potential looks very strong.
Yeah, he's just trying to focus more than anything. And calculate like what's the best way to play around things, and I think it involves some kind of portal play. Manatide Totem's also pretty appetizing, considering that your hand's looking very weak, and digging deeper into your deck will be very crucial.
The Manatide would require you often to trade off a lot of stuff here,
Yeah, it's just 1/1s that you summon back anyways.
and so I quite like this and saving the I'm sorry, saving the portal. Oh, this is really cool
I was
too.
expecting
Actually,
this.
this is a lot of power on board. I like this. This is the strongest against a single Despicable Dreadlord. Now, it's not the best against back-to-back Despicable Dreadlords, but Love You Lots definitely feels pressured when they see this. They are thinking Thrall right now.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like, man, Manatide Totem's pretty good on an empty board against a deck that already summoned patches. And Manatide helps you dig deeper in your decks so you can get Doppelgangs to revolve. But this is pretty cool too.
Yeah, let's go ahead and listen to Love You Lots. I'm curious how they want to play these back-to-back turns.
Malcolm.
Do we ever want a Chain Gang Malcolm? Or a Chain Gang Voidwalker, rather? Knowing that we give them the trade, but we have the Dreadlord.
I wonder.
I don't really like giving that trade.
I like the Chain Gang, I think.
Chain Gang is what I'm going towards.
And then what one do we play? We want the Malcolm, we think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless we're gonna draw a discard card next turn.
Right.
How relevant's the taunt?
It's just the value trade thing. I think it's Malcolm.
Okay. I mean, if we draw Soulfire this way and the Malcolm lived, it could be something good.
Yeah, which it's living currently.
So Manatide Portal trade is all out up against us?
Yeah, we're not
Or
gonna,
do we ever... No. Sorry?
I don't think Primeval Totem is that strong anyway.
Primeval Totem gets so punished by the 4/5, I think.
So we put our Manatide.
I think I
play
have to play
Manatide
Manatide first because of the one this 2/3 guy.
Yep.
I could hero power 5 of them, like it's very good if we get Healing Totem, but if we don't, if maybe you get the 1/1, it gets punished by the 4/5 harder, so I'm not sure.
And also spell power to 10, right?
No, Spellbound Totem doesn't do much, right?
No, spell power doesn't do anything.
Okay.
What do you think?
So
I like
Manatide.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Dread Despicable is pretty good.
Yeah. Dread Despicable are 2. That's the same thing, Muzz. You mean Voidwalker Dreadlord?
Yeah.
I see you. Okay.
If we could play like the Despicable Dreadlord and the other Despicable Dreadlord, that'd be better. You want to try it? Play one and then see if you can play the other.
APM techniques
Really
or
quick.
something? Like,
Really quick.
it didn't work, guys.
Alright, well, this will do. Second best play, I guess.
Yeah, it will do.
Yep.
So,
The Crow Hotel.
yeah, the question is if we play the Crusader, but I guess we just play everything, yeah? Right?
I think we play
Play all 4
everything.
cards?
Yes.
I wonder.
Yes, yeah.
Lord.
Unhappy gamer.
Alright. So I think we tap.
Yeah, I'm seeing the tap line as well.
And I want to Doomguard the.
I want to
Manatide.
Doomguard the Manatide as well. Yeah, that's where my
Let's
head's
tap
at.
first. We like that.
Yeah, I try to tap as late as possible because I don't think it changes our play, and it gives them more info about how not great our cards are.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna Doomguard.
Yep.
Don't discard the Dreadlord, though.
Wow, I did, Zalay.
You have one job, guy.
I know. Not great at that.
Discarded the good ones.
I wasn't good at that one job. I'm very sorry.
So we hero power first, like obviously we could hero power was to fix one bad drop, but I think just getting one more 3-drop is too good. Better than like fixing.
What to do?
Since it's 5 targets, it's like I don't mind using hero power after.
I still think it's better to hero power first. Like, obviously, there's low rolls, but there's 3-drops are terrible. Like no Doomsayer for Savannah. So I don't think there's anything that we have to fix, and just getting a 3-drop should be better than fixing one, I think.
There's like that 4-drop that deals what 5 damage to all our minions or something.
Oh.
Of
No,
that.
that's I guess.
So like I feel we pretty
I
far
think
ahead.
hero fall first.
If he looks okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna swipe first, but it's all Roy's fault because we look so stupid if we play it now and get the 4-4.
Sense. And they top deck Thrall.
Jeez. Abomination.
They're
Picking
pretty
aim up.
bad, but they're probably good enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, so they have.
They're gonna have 13 if we don't tap, if we were to just play 2 cards. Our best tap is like Soulfire.
Voidwalker's okay, but yeah.
Voidwalker.
I think we tap.
Yeah, tap, hit Soulfire, Crystal Weaver into the 3/6. We
And
leave them
Soulfire.
with 10 and we're at 13.
Yep.
Seems good to me. Voidwalker keeps us alive. Otherwise, we're dead on board. We are dead on board.
Wrap it up.
Just 6-0, so
Because they're playing so sharp. Haha.
12.
6-0 takes it home. 1-0 for Planet Odd as they take down the Zoo Warlock, which has been a pretty strong opening deck as well, which could be exactly what Planet Odd was putting on Team Love You a lot. There's a lot of mind games with the opening decks these days, with what teams are expected to open versus what is traditionally good to open and what you want to use to counter with.
And Planet Odd They're not too joking in the game, but they start getting joking when the circumstances are favorable for them. Yeah. Heard Hoy make the 6-0 joke right at the end, and with the way that Trinity series is shaped up, it honestly would not even surprise me to see something crazy like that.
We are due for a sweep based on the way the first series went, 4.5 hours, when we expect it to go 3 hours usually on average.
Yeah, by the way, game 10, 4.5 hours.
Yeah, we could have gone longer.
Indeed. So Chalky, the Warlock is out for Team Love You Lots, and they're on deck to answer Shaman, but a pretty wide availability for how to handle this. I mean, pretty much all of their decks have some serviceability against the standard-looking Shaman lists with Evolve style.
Yeah, and Shaman is easy to counter, but one of the classes to do it with is Warlock, and it's now been taken away. Let's say you turn to Mage, then Mage gets sniped down, then what do you use to counter Rogue? Warrior, Pirate Warrior, then that gets eliminated and you can't pressure your other opponent's mages. It's really interesting to think how it ends up coming out into play there. A lot of things can domino, but I think if you do end up losing a valuable deck, you'd rather lose it early on than later on, because the early on you can still recover pretty easily.
Yeah, I think once you lose the wide range of decks, that's when things start to become a problem. So. Yeah. Just answer this back strong right away. Planet Odd just tries to take an early win with Shaman, anticipating an aggressive queue up from Team Love You Lots, and it's a big payoff for him.
Do you watch My Hero Academy? No, you don't. But the way 6-0's face with the shadow complexion looks like All Might when he's in his normal mode. Okay, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm totally weeping out.
Yeah.
But it's just so funny right now, the way
the dead giveaway from me.
No one knows what I'm talking about except for like the 10 weebs in chat. They understand exactly what I'm talking about.
The dead giveaway from me was you going, do you know what? Have you? No, you don't know what I'm talking about. Like as soon as you said that, I was like,
I looked at this Texan and Mexican guy next to me,
Spanish,
with a 5-inch thick beard, and asked him if he watches anime.
You recommended Attack on Titan to me, and I hated it.
What I've just realized is the 6-0 is All Might in normal form.
That look right there.
I will show you a picture of him right now. I want to pull it up on my phone. The moment we get off camera, I'm going to go on Google.
As soon as we get to a list,
I'm going to show you, and you're going to laugh because you're going to know exactly what I mean.
Similarities of people and then ideas.
Someone needs to Photoshop that, please. Oh, man.
Do it for Dan. Tweet it ESL Hearthstone.
Yeah, if you guys want easy likes in karma, just go ahead and do what I say. But people on the internet will know. People who obviously live normal lives and don't really partake in that part of Japanese culture, you obviously don't know what I'm talking about, and you want me to shut up immediately.
I love how a standard of that was people who live normal lives. As though anyone who watches anime does not live a normal life.
Who don't partake in that specific aspect of Japanese culture. It's a great show. You should watch it. Anyways.
Look, you told me that the Attack on Titan was the least anime one of them, and I got about 3 minutes
in. You don't like Attack on Titan? It's definitely one of the easiest ones to enter if you're not a big fan of that style.
I don't know what it is. Like I like the idea of what anime is, like these crazy normal people that have these strange superpowers.
Yeah. But I want to see Hearthstone the anime. After watching marathons on Twitch.
You want to see Hearthstone the anime? What? There's a Hemet jungle hunter in this shaman right now.
Okay, this was something that 6-0 was theory crafting on social media. He was talking about how Devolve was bad, specifically in shamans, and people need to rethink what they do with shaman decks. And he's talking about how there's up to like 6 to 8 slots you can change in the deck. And one of the cards he theorized was Hemet. And I wasn't exactly sold, but the reason why is because towards the late stage of the game, when you drop Hemet, you want to be hitting Bone Mares, you want to be hitting Jade Lightnings, your Ayas.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense. I like Hemet a lot from an idea standpoint. I have just yet to ever make this card work outside of Raza Anduin Priest, which the big win rate is the Raza Anduin Priest. I've used it in basically everything you can imagine, though, trying to manipulate a solid last chain of cards. And I just haven't been able to nail it, man. It is really difficult. But that card is scary to me.
Yeah, I've only seen Hemet played against me in 2 ways. One was the Archbishop Benedictus combination where you steal their deck and remove a bunch of stuff, get Raza Anduin very quickly.
Yep.
The second was my opponent played Journey to Ungoro and then Hemet the Jungle Hunter and immediately conceded.
Versus Love You Lots' Mage. This could be quite tough. Think back to the series we just saw with Misfits and Virtus Pro. Control Mage was a big talking point for that, and that's something that Love You Lots has been experimenting a ton with throughout Trinity series. Multiple iterations and different ways to attack this. I'm curious to see how Planet Odd is going to approach this matchup, because they don't quite know what it is yet.
Let's go ahead and listen into Planet Odd.
Okay. hope you don't play Alkaline.
They just don't do anything. Like,
Not even the secret, just ping the 1/1.
But still assume that they just ping the 1/1. Anyway.
I think we can trade. Well, we
Why
get
do
their
you
claw.
trade?
So the main punish, I think, is giving them a portal when they don't have another good play. Is that good for them? Sort of.
Yeah, look at our hand. What does Portal do?
Yeah, we're not happy about that. The 2 damage.
I guess we are already.
The
on,
main
like,
reason
the
to go
Jane
face would be if they hit our guy and we're happy that they lost the Jade Claws. But why? We don't run any more minions that they can
Our hand
claw.
is like,
Yeah.
we don't give a shit about face damage.
Yeah,
So we should just trade to deny them option.
yeah.
Time runs out on you.
Like, I don't think the claw is... The other thing is if they use the claw and we could just ping, but if they don't give us a ping target, that means glyph is pretty fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when they totem here, which they did. And hey, there's our ping target.
Yeah.
We're not gonna worm, right? Or we could worm ping, but I kind of want to get one of these glyphs.
Yeah,
out.
I want to get a glyph. Like
My
I'm looking
instinct is
at.
the
We could
double
get-
glyph.
Yeah, we could get flame or Firelands portal off of a glyph, which would be insane.
Yeah.
So
Let's
glyph.
start with 1 glyph.
Yeah. Start
Sure.
with the glyph.
So I got Frozen Clone, Ice Barrier, and Cone of Cold. Cone of Cold makes sense to stall. It's better than Barrier. Frozen Clone is pretty weak. They haven't played their small stuff, so
Yeah.
I'm thinking Cone of Cold.
I
Yep.
agree.
Hit him with the cock.
I want to ping as well.
You want to ping. That
Like
seems
what?
fine to me. We have Mana Worm, like,
We have,
Cone
like, Worm,
with
Glyph,
Glyph and weird
and
stuff,
Worm,
and, like, we
Glyph.
want to clear up their board of stuff.
We have
for
Cone
me.
of Cold to clear it, and like we have plays for our turn.
Well, if we cone of cold like a bunch, like if they let's say they go primal fin or something, and we're like cone of cold into that, I'm not really happy about like cone of cold.
We could save our
One
Cone of
ones.
Cold, like, and the 1/1 is the worst totem, so we give them the chance to re-roll it.
I think pings.
I
want to benefit off the cone of cold freeze rather than
Yeah, we don't necessarily want to Cone of Cold this next turn. We could if it's good, but like if they play 1s here, it'd be good probably. We want to clear up the board for the Meteor. Like,
yeah.
we don't want them to be able to put their big thing next to a 1/1.
What to do?
They could also play like Volcanic Potion in that day. Easily.
We could heal our portal into it. I'm fine with that.
think-
Adam.
Hero Power Portal is better.
Okay. There's no more Spire in the game yet.
It doesn't matter. It's only positioning matters.
I think it was a portal minion on the left. So I ported first.
Sure.
Ah.
There's little time.
Yeah.
They are pretty desperate to get guys on board.
Like the
So-
1/1 could turn into.
I'm looking at
whatever.
Mana Worm,
Yeah.
Glyph, and probably Ping.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at as well.
And save
Yeah.
that Cone, obviously. Yeah. Yeah. We could Glyph first in case we got Tome, but the Ping is pretty good anyway. It's either Polymorph or Volcanic. Volcanic makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah.
We already have a
Yeah.
Poly, and it's 1 mana, so it goes really well with the Clear later.
It's just nuts.
Yeah. Leper Gnome was better than Wretched Tiller here.
Move.
Oh, yeah.
So, flexing from below.
They got like a portal for one of them, but it's all that or coin.
You find
Yeah.
right under. The Flame Tongue trade. Thing from below.
I
Yeah.
wonder.
So 2 minutes for potentially going on there.
Get some attack in, and then it's strictly better.
Just
Right?
barely better. It's pretty much even when it gets
It's
an attack.
strictly better.
It has to actually get 2 in to actually be better.
All right, all
Well,
right.
it threatens the second attack. Okay.
That's
I'm looking
nice,
at this
Jock.
meteor here.
So I've got a Meteor in my hand, and they've
Right.
got Meteor targets on the board.
Wow. But you're saying they have stuff and we can kill it?
I'm gonna kill their stuff so it's dead.
That sounds game theory optimal.
Game theory optimal. No counterplay to that Meteor.
What does game theory optimal mean?
Oh, you went
It's a
around.
meme.
Yeah, it's a meme. Come on, get with the times, Muzz.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
If you
there's a can.
polymorph it, they don't get the beneficial effect of the death rattle.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
We're gonna ping instead of
Yes.
barrier because they run bone mare.
Yeah.
Okay.
Game theory optimal is when you play to not be exploited by your opponent. It minimizes that potential against you.
Yep, today I learned.
That meteor was quite game theory optimal.
Yeah, in the most literal sense.
Yep. So is that polymorph.
No memes.
Now that being said, those are just also happen to be the best plays.
Yeah.
Game theory optimal can be the best play.
Okay.
It just doesn't mean that.
I think the game theory optimal thing is to move on. Playing odd with double doppelgangs to double bone mare. This is one of the criticisms against this setup. Against this deck list, because the setups, if you don't have the minions established on board, makes bone mare a lot more awkward, and you have to wait till you have the ability to hero power bone mare or play a cheap minion bone mare.
I mean, they're loading up a lot, but love you lots. The entire deck is just killing minions. Where does Planet Odd find a board from this? Because we're approaching the Jaina turn. If that Jaina lands and love you lots is safe, Planet Odd is in heaps of trouble.
Yeah, this is bad.
This is very bad.
I mean, one Thrall Deathseer can help change a lot of it, though, because Planet Odd will continue to stick a minion on board. Hold on.
Yep, hold on. And Planet Odd's not afraid of those two slots.
And they haven't seen a one-mana secret being played, so they don't have to play around some kind of counterspell.
Quite weak.
Okay, well, I mean, at least they have one high health minion, so they can stake a bone mare on.
Is this the Jaina turn? I don't know. Let's listen to love you lots. Two big options in front of them this turn.
They've been holding this coin for a long time. They might have held it again to go Doppel Thrall, but they're thinking if they don't clear this, then whatever. So Flame Strike, Frostbolt, right?
Yep.
I wonder.
Yeah.
And we have a bunch of little AoEs and a Jaina.
Which is, the little AoEs are the best with the Jaina, right? So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they can't really make big stuff to punish us for not.
Well, they're gonna start. They might start doing stuff like Totem Bone Mare, but like the big AoEs.
We got a lot of freezes to work it through.
Yeah, so we're gonna Flame Strike Frostbolt.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Kills their stuff. So that.
That is a common theme with our strategy. All right, Jaina. Sorry, one more turn, then we'll get to you. Like, our deck has a lot of things to kill the big stuff that they will inevitably make. So yeah, the freezes should get us there. Here comes Bone Mare.
Horse noises.
Okay.
Alright. Well, we just Jaina into this.
Yep.
Great.
Cool.
Do not fear power. Fear those who wield it.
Yeah, this is starting to get pretty bad.
This is very anti-aggro in the truest sense.
Right.
Now, that being said, it's not anti-aggro as in like Murlocs necessarily. It's anti-aggro in the scaling sense. Since most of the aggro decks do that nowadays, this mage, I think, makes a lot of sense in Trinity series.
Does Token Shaman really count as an aggro deck?
Well, it scales. It's like the way
Just
that
a
Rogue
mid-range
is.
deck.
Yeah, I mean, Rogue, all the aggro decks right now are transition into mid-range decks at some point. Except for Murloc Paladin, sometimes. Like when they run the Cold Light Seers, they tend to top out around 5. 6 with the Spike Ridge Steeds. But
Right.
every other deck has ways to go above and beyond that. Just about.
Well, Planet Odd has ways to push a lot of damage and kill off the Water Elemental. They do have Patches in their deck, I believe, still, as well. But Patches is a liability because it's a 1-health minion. And also that Hemet Jungle Hunter is also an interesting card, too, because then they can pick up their Thrall Deathseer and other really powerful cards like Eye of Blackpaw.
Well, here we go. I mean, this is the push. But love you lots. After that attack is at 43 before Bone Mare connects.
Jeez.
So down to 32, and Love You Lots has 5 cards that deal damage in their hand. Let's hear how they want to fend off this push.
to clearing up these bone mares before they do draw that evolve / thrall,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. My instinct was to go like Blizzard, Volcanic,
Blizzard,
and
Volcanic, Ping.
Yeah.
That leaves them with a 5 health guy, which we don't have a great way to ping. But we
set
do.
it up.
Yeah, we have Cone of Cold plus our guy trading in plus a ping. They don't really have much response to the Welly on board. We deny them an 8 or a 9 drop based on them drawing the evolve, right?
Mm-hmm.
They could be greedy and hold an evolve here, or hold a thrall here.
Thrall, yeah.
So we wanna clear up more, right? We don't want to be greedy.
Talks me into it.
Yeah.
Don't be
Easy to set it up.
The time is now.
Hand me a Blizzard Volcanic, Chuck.
Good.
All right, water alley count 2.
Hey. Like, they're down their doppels, they're down their bone mares now. We're just trying to remove big stuff before they can get the thrall or the evolve online. And then...
Yes. And it could have them a 1-1 target. Like if we hero power, if we patches, we could. If we get spell damage, put Daylight, put patches into kill Mantle.
Bloodseed, Corsair, Hero Power, Evolve.
I think just hero power, if we get spell damage, probably Daylight and patches kill it. If we don't get it, play all our minions and evolve.
Okay, so Hero Power first?
Yeah. Yes. Didn't get it. Okay, no, I just play Hamlet, Corsair, go for this patches evolve.
Corsair first, right?
Okay. Yes.
I'm thinking they don't have evolve, they have thrall if anything, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Or they top decked evolve. Damn it. There it is. Top deck evolve. Ooh, that was pretty good. Not good enough, but pretty good.
Anaconda.
So, what can Anaconda pull? we want to. Okay, they have 5 cards in deck. One is thing from below. One's thing. We want to clear up stuff.
I want to clear the big guys at least.
We want to clear the big guy. Yes, that's very important. We're gonna Blizzard, I'm pretty sure, and we're gonna valet and get a ping somewhere, right? What if we?
Well, I want to clear the Medivh.
What if we right? I want to clear the Medivh and the Anaconda. So what if we Blizzard, ping the Anaconda, see what happens?
He wants to fireball the Medivh.
Not necessarily. We can
fireball trade Cone of Cold.
Let's Blizzard ping the Anaconda, see what happens. Because if a thing from below comes out, I'd rather give them a 10 drop than an 8.
I'm gonna kill the Medivh first. Okay?
Okay, fine.
You are on fire.
Now they're stuck with the 2-1 on the board unless they draw Thrall. We know their card isn't a big boy. So let's start thinking of the 5 cards in their deck, right? It's Thing from Below, Thrall.
Do they play Scale Man? Jade Lightning?
Thing from Below, Barnes, Thrall.
2 Jade Lightnings.
2 Jade Lightnings. And an Aya. And that's it, right?
Yeah.
And so the card in their hand is a Lightning or Barnes or Thrall. But they would have Thralled. So it's a Lightning or Barnes on the left, and their top deck, and the coin.
Golems are a girl's best friend.
Aya.
There's the Lightning.
Okay. So Cone of Cold gives us
a ping target.
Yeah.
We can think about Thrall again and think about killing the Aya first. I mean, they can only draw Lightning to kill the 3-1 we leave.
Yeah,
right?
I want to kill the Aya. Yeah.
I want to draw 2, right? I don't want to fireball.
Let's draw 2 every time, right? Let's draw 2. See what we get. We got Polymorph, which this is the biggest thing it can hit, right?
Yeah. That's way better.
Let's do it. It denies a Jade.
Yeah.
We never eat anything else, right?
Right.
They're gonna end this game with the Crypt coin.
Yep.
Let's see, it's a 3/3. Alright. So it's just 1 Lightning, 1 Thrall, 1 Barnes, 1 Thing. Yeah, we kill that easily every time. They can pool up for their Thrall to try and get a bunch of big stuff.
Or below.
So what? Do we just trade into the water area and heal power and see what they do?
Sure.
I mean, this is so good.
Play Barnes because we get the pink target. That's why we can play Barnes. Like if we get this one turn, we can Barnes, get a thing from below, and then make a knee drop.
Game before shenanigans happen, instead of going for wellies.
It's better to wait. It's better to do it on the light well because
it's just 50-50.
Wait, I don't know. Is that even right?
Well, do we want them? I think it is, right? It's just strictly better?
Yeah, it's just better.
Well, unless we always want them at 15.
Unless
I think we always want them at 15.
At 15, yeah.
Because we have Fireball, Alex Ping.
Yeah.
And we have a kill on board on the Taunt Totem that they can't remove, so they need to Thrall this turn, and this reduces our risk. So they got to see our Blizzards this game, and they saw 1 Meteor.
I guess making it to 7 could be decent, but like 9 drops kind of things. I don't think we want to.
I think after.
Okay.
Tonight, a tale of glorious redemption.
Probably no right. Mess it up. It's amazing, man.
I am the frozen heart of the scourge.
So what? Like, does Uzera do anything?
Maybe.
I think really, really good to win. So like, I'm just trying to think like what card.
Okay, I'm just gonna make it on mid-east then, right? Because I guess getting Uzera might something, but I don't see another out.
Go.
Uzera.
So we can Kona Cold, trade Alex into the 2/8, trade into the 5/5, and ping it for a Water Alley.
Right.
Yeah.
That looks good to me. Save all of our burn, because why not?
Yeah, but we don't need to show them Fireball. They might not believe Fireball's in our deck. Cause
Yeah, that's true. Coning this.
Yep.
We could evolve into Antonitis and Jade Lightning. Does that win them the game? Probably not even.
Well, if they evolve into
we just make more stuff, right?
We just Fireball the Tony and...
Yeah, we just make more stuff.
Almost out of cards.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it's obviously very good for them to remove our 3/1.
Yeah, but I don't think we need to play around that. Like,
I'd rather not show Fireball. It's really that's pretty important because they're wondering how are we fitting all this stuff.
Alone.
They didn't evolve for the Anton.
Job done.
What? They're just bad gamers.
Do we kill them? Or...
They wanted Lyra.
Oh, okay, Lyra. I mean, that seems a lot worse to me.
Do you want to kill them or what do you want?
I want to hide info. I want to kill their 6-drop and just keep pinging. Like, we can Frostbolt, I guess. Like let's Frostbolt. They know we have 2 of those. They know we have 2 of those.
Yeah.
Like, this is a very easy closeout.
Yeah.
Their last card's Thing, like, they can get a 7-drop, but it doesn't matter anymore.
We didn't miss lethal shot. This is called hiding information. Okay.
No, it's actually Game Theory Optimal.
Game Theory Optimal, yes.
This is actually the opposite of Game Theory Optimal, I'm pretty sure. But it makes the meme all that much better.
There, see? We did.
Harambe!
Got Jaina.
There's no Miss Lethal, only, what was it called? Beautiful Masan?
Team love you lots with the extended Beautiful Masan play, and that is going to tie up the series at 1 game apiece.
Yeah, curious if it was Game Theory Optimal. That's part of the problem with Game Theory Optimal is it's also very difficult to identify. as well. So even if you're claiming something is, unless you've calculated it exactly, you don't know.
It's going to be okay, Admirable.
It will be okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're just words.
Yeah, they are just words.
Yeah.
I mean,
sticks and stones, though, those hurt.
Yeah.
Right now, Team Lowell is going to take the momentum as they grab an important counter victory. But it's kind of like we mentioned. If you pull Mage back into the mix very early on, and then Rogue all of a sudden has a lot less hard counters, and maybe that frees it up.
Yeah, that is part of the benefit of leading with a deck like Shaman and pulling that counter right away, is that maybe that Rogue gets to sit back for a little bit and find a spot where it suddenly doesn't have a deck that fights super well against it. I would imagine that Team Love You Lots has paid particular attention to Rogue and tried to strengthen some of their matchups across the board against it, given that I know that they think it's quite powerful. But something that is important to note is that they managed to conceal the Fireball. Planet Odd may be thinking that that's a different rule slot. They may be thinking about Doomsayer, maybe thinking about Frost Nova in some situations, maybe even Medivh potentially being an option for them. I mean, the fact that that's not known to them could also cost them spots where they take risks with their life total as well and try to push damage. It is important to conserve information when the time calls for it.
Yep. In Hearthstone, information is power. Almost directly tied as 1-to-1, considering how important it is that closed deck lists remain hidden for a lot of these players. Love You Lots seems to follow most trends here, but one of the funny things is that they actually have a 100% win rate with Hunter.
That's right.
That's a very small sample size. It's a sample size of 3, I believe.
Which is quite large if you ask Reddit.
That is pretty much the sample size that they work with in almost all of their assumptions and conclusions. That being said, I do feel like, all jokes aside, I actually do find that there's a handful of people that contribute a lot to forum discussions.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not everybody. It's just a select few people that ruin it for the most people.
Yeah, I'd tend to agree with that as well.
Yeah.
It's like how Love You Lots is ruining game theory optimal for me. It's just a select few people are ruining it for everybody.
Well, that's just well, that's just fact. I mean,
I don't take anything personally ever, so it's totally okay. No, never have I ever taken anything personally. Never in my life.
Gotcha.
That's ridiculous.
Just gonna move past that one.
What is ridiculous though is how well Control Mage has been performing today. I mean, it has pretty much done exactly what teams expected it to do, and then even had some fight left in it when it comes to counter matchups.
I'm particularly impressed with how Control Mages and Control Warlocks have performed in Trinity series in particular. I do think that those are two of the X-Factor classes because they have so much power. They have a lot of room for deck building decisions too, and you can also even vary the type of deck you're playing. You can play a Zoo Warlock, which is also very good, and also has slower defensive tools if you don't want to go aggressive. And then in Mage, has Freeze Mage, it has Tempo Mage / Secret Mage, and then there's also some like very weird janky decks too, like Highlander Mage that some people even bring to tournaments.
Control Mages, there's Burn Mages, there's just a lot of different kinds of mages.
We've seen a different variation of a what's it called, a Fatigue Mage kind of in a way, where it's just like they don't really do anything except remove stuff and then rely on Frostless Jaina.
Yeah, it's dedicated to beating certain styles of matchups. Honestly, a deck like that Mage would struggle a lot to any deck that's meant to just have extremely slow, very powerful counters.
That's right.
Yeah. Like if they just have like some strong combo that takes forever to assemble, honestly, that's where this style of Mage is going to struggle the most because they do a pretty poor job at pressuring.
Well, we hope you guys enjoy this PowerPoint slide. We spent a lot of time preparing it this morning to show you 6-0 in 7 pictures.
Talking about a matchup that is, very slow to assemble a very powerful thing, Planet Odd queuing up the Taunt Warrior here, I think is one of those matchups. But remember, I think that concealing that Fireball has said to Planet Odd, we don't have the burn. And that could leave them in a tricky situation.
Yeah, I think when you see Warrior being queued up, you can assume either the Quest Warrior or you can assume a Pirate Warrior. Both are viable options to pressure. Which do you think performs better?
Well, Deadman's is also in the mix.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Fatigue Warrior is also into the mix. That's also good against Mage, as we've seen.
I would tend to not prefer Pirate Warrior this time. I don't think it has the punch that it used to. It really lost a big hit, not just because of Fiery War Axe on turn 2, but it lost the Fireworks into Bloodsail Raider when you're on coin. I mean, that is a pretty significant portion of win rate because that's just a super strong opening that's tough to beat.
Yeah, it just it doesn't hook you quite the same.
Yeah, something about it. Like, you know, you're out there setting sail, looking for new adventures, and just Pirate Warrior can't quite find them right now.
It's just the deck performs all right. It's not superb.
Yeah. Well, can't drop patches if you're not playing Pirate Warrior. That's the benefit. Let's listen to Love You Lots as this early game gets underway.
Unless they're at it right now, in which case I'm kind of upset, but like they run like 1 Tar Creeper, 1 Bloodhoof in previous weeks. Other than that, full standard double brawl.
No battle rage.
Yeah, like Muzzy said, no battle rage.
Always run battle rage.
Armor up. Secret up.
Yep.
-2.
Alright. Sweet.
Hold ahead by 8 HPs this turn.
Oh yeah. Good stuff.
Good dirty, but next turn kill the brawl.
If it's Medivh and you just trade the Medivh in, and then there's like 2 minions on board.
Yeah, let me just brawl in Medivh.
No. I think just like if we can bet on 7 or something, it would be nice.
So do we rope this turn?
There's not really anything we would think about doing on 4 mana, right? There's actually nothing. It'd be like, yeah, there's just nothing. We'd think about pinging them or not, which we're gonna ping them, so.
Yes.
Well,
it's very likely we push minion damage before Alexing in this game, and we just don't think they run Rage in the first place, so.
This is
5.
Like, yes. Poly this.
Yep. Gonna poly it and
hit
face.
Yeah. Seems
not
good to
gonna
me.
Like if we trade, it plays around Slam, but they haven't played Slam.
Yeah.
Like they haven't played Slam up.
They haven't even played Slam. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we want targets for like Volcanic or Ping or whatever next turn. Like it's just a 1/1. If it procs our secret, it would get rid of our valet, but we hit them for 2 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We have a new secret.
Oh yeah.
I want to play the Dire one to make sure that it before we play Creator.
But it dies to
You also don't think you play Fireball, right?
Frostbolt.
Let me say Frostbolt with Ping or whatever. Medivh's
It's more also Valet, right? Why do you want to play Direhorn?
Okay, Medivh. Like if they have like,
Raider, what?
If you play Armor Smith and you like double Valet, you can just ping it as well. Like or Valet for Bolt. He doesn't protect the early Armor Smith.
Would ever trade with the 1/1 because of Metro, or we don't care about that?
If you play Armor Smith, maybe. If you play the 3, just go face, no the 3/6.
Okay.
Thought coining it at they top deck that. Ah, jeez. That's quite good.
Jeez.
Armor Smith makes some sense. Whirlwind, fishes, just stuff like that.
We want to do that on 8.
I think we're just gonna Blizzard, right?
We're gonna spend our mana and play our stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna Blizzard
That
and
kinda
chill and evaluate next turn. We might Flame Strike, we might Portal, we might trade in Volcanic because we want the 7s for Medivh.
It's an optimal Blizzard turn.
Seems pretty cut and dry. Can definitely think, because we do have a lot of cards we could rep in this spot. Meteor, Poly, Fireball. We could be debating if those are better and then be like, no. Don't waste our burn. Alright.
What are they doing next turn?
Playing off the top like they have been. So that's where my mind's at. Like, they don't play any 6-drops. and they used 2 of their 3 5-drops. So I think their
Like, they
hand's
need to
unplayable.
draw Stonehills.
Their hand's unplayable. They will either play off the top or do something pretty poor. Like,
They're thinking about Dirty Rat, then they're thinking like if they have that.
Dirty Rat's in the range still, right?
Mm.
Well, there's another one of those 5-drops that's coming into play. They have been playing off the top for Planet Odd, but it's no shortage of plays for them. This hand is still quite strong.
Yeah, and Love You Lot still has the also threat of the Dirty Rat disrupting everything too. If Medivh comes out of the hand, then Planet Odd will just pretty much cruise to a victory because Mage has no pressure against the Warrior without an Alex Straza, and Frostless Jaina I don't think is going to be able to single-handedly fend off the Warrior, although it definitely can give his run for its money if Warrior stalls on the quest. We know that's not going to be the case because Curator would be able to finish that quest for the Warrior.
Yeah, it is quite interesting, though, with the water elementals. I mean, if those start to pile up, that can be a problem for Planet Odd. And so holding onto the burn, I think, is an important facet for Lovey Lots because they have Frostless Jaina. So how does that conflict with the way the board is building right now? I don't think they care about the armor total for Planet Odd as much as they care about just keeping the board position somewhat in check as they move into Medivh and then move into Frostless Jaina. Although Planet Odd, with that Dirty Rat, Lovey Lots was correct on the read. And this is the time. If they don't play Dirty Rat here, they are going to see Medivh, and there it is. Well, yeah, okay. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Big turn. Big turn for Planet Odd.
I mean, things were already looking bad just by the nature of the counter queue, but this makes it very difficult for Lovey Lots to be able to do anything in this game now.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to quite literally rely on Frostless Jaina to pull the rest of the weight in this game.
And that is the proper usage of Dirty Rat, at least the textbook usage. The turn before they wanted to play a very powerful and impactful battle cry. You want to play the Dirty Rat and pull out that minion so it doesn't get its effect. Some people favor playing it very early on to try and disrupt a bunch of things, but it's just a combination of hand reading and understanding the matchup.
Yeah. So how much damage can Lovey Lots afford to take in this spot? I mean, Quest is rapidly approaching completion. And again, they really would love to save as much burn as possible for post-Jaina.
Well, why don't we find out and listen in?
What to do?
We have no way to save our guy. There's no way to save our guy.
Here, this is the other thing we could talk about. We could talk about whether
we need a Flame Strike?
Yeah, whether we need the Flame Strike, but
I mean, it looks pretty bad for the rest of the game. They're going to be playing bigger guys. We have a Volcanic still. Okay.
Yeah.
Flame Strike trade?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You guys know what Spiked Hog Rider says when he attacks?
He makes
no idea.
He makes pig noises.
He makes pig noises and he says, "This piggy's going to market." All right.
Okay. So
Let's play Jaina on Curve.
Yeah.
Do not fear.
We could have repped Alex by thinking for a long time, made them more likely to rat. I don't know.
You're gonna shoot us on 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
They're setting.
If we get a 1-mana from Stonehill Defender, we can hero power the new weapon this turn.
To get it now. Like, if they're ever gonna get a lot of water elementum, we can always brawl, right?
It would be so nice if we get a 1-mana taunt, play it with our hero power this turn.
Next time we can also play like the 6/9 weapon and hero power.
I mean, the Stonehill to Curator because base gets another taunt to complete the quest.
I like Curator more. And I'm with
Hey, Stonehill, you can just hit it and pure power. If you don't for an hero power, they can use you.
No, we can always. I'm sorry. I will explain afterwards. Maybe it's wrong, but I have my reason and easy. Please don't rope. No, don't rope, no. Come on, animation. No! I'm not gonna. Yeah, I didn't know that animation is that slow. I'm sorry, I guess. At least I got. Oh, I got it! I had to trade first because I couldn't. It's after you hold the animation was slow for that, but Let's just we missed the 50-50 when we had face the power first, okay?
Fine.
Thanks, guys.
Meteor ping comes to mind.
The thing is frozen, so we could like go block valet ping.
Well, they can always, yeah, that's true. I was thinking they can always kill it with like a whirlwind, but I guess we're not dropping it low in that case, so I kind of like your play. Yeah,
How do these games go?
How do these games go?
Yes.
We either draw Alex and kill them, or we're in a bad spot.
Their hero power beats ours, you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Because ours doesn't have targets. Okay.
So, go on, Muzz.
No, we're just gonna block valet ping, right?
I think so. The valet is burned, but it gets more stuff on board.
What do you mean it's burned? I could use it.
Well, it's 3 damage, whereas the meteor isn't technically 3 damage.
We're missing face damage. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, if we draw Alex, we're looking decent. They still have Armor Smith to play for armor. That's their only armor gain.
Yeah, 8 damage is typically better than 1 damage when it comes to hero powers. But the 8 damage hero power doesn't spawn a lifesteal water elemental. So that is something to note. You know, if Planet Odd just gets a couple of unlucky shots in a row and hits Lovulots in the face every time and can't clear the water elementals, all that damage can get healed back up. But they have the safety of Brawl.
I'm still trying to find a way for the mage to really pull themselves out of here long term. Now that the quest is kind of online and pushing a lot of damage. I think it does require them to draw Alexstrasza relatively soon, and then the question becomes if they're taking too much damage.
Oh,
big time snipe. I mean, they can stall out for a while, but water elementals go down pretty quickly to the Ragnar's hero power.
There's some big minions that were just added to hand. I think Team
position as well.
I think Team Lovulots is in a lot of trouble.
Firelance Portal helps. There are some pretty powerful 5-mana minions there that can get in the way of Planet Odd. But even like the strongest Earth Elemental is goes down to just the hero power.
Yeah, I think that
I must decide.
What spawns extra stuff? Oh, Skelemancer makes the 8/8 when it dies.
Right.
On your opponent's turn.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Anything that spawns stuff right now, or like has a divine shield, those are the sorts of draws they're looking for. Now, again, Planet Odd just has a lot of counterplay to that sort of stuff, but you know, piece by piece, can Lovulots get there with that game plan? That's really the only hope that they have, I think. The burn plan is slowly starting to slip away because Planet Odd is just able to pressure so much. This is quite interesting. So they're going to preserve the Curator under a Frostbolt, it looks like?
Well, I think right now the priority is to constantly threaten to generate water elementals without having to use the resources.
Yeah.
This way they don't have to use Frostbolt. They can hypothetically just use the water elemental body and then generate more bodies and stall for time until they get Alexstrasza.
So if Planet Odd chooses to use a Whirlwind effect in this spot, the Curator is out of the range of Frostbolt, but then it's in range of Volcanic Potion and Blizzard.
It's because the Firelance Portal Fireball Frostbolt is 14 damage.
That as well.
Which means if you get Alexstrasza and Warrior doesn't have any life gain, with 1 hero power added into the mix, that should be the 15 damage to close the game.
Yeah, and I am curious about the merit of setting the Curator to 1, though, to bait out Whirlwind effects from Planet Odds. That way their Armor Smiths become weaker. That's really their last potential armor gain, is Armor Smiths here. So the burn becomes more impactful if you can either pull those things away or set it for them later on.
Planet Odd doing a good job just resetting the board, and now the clock truly begins. Planet Odd should be in a position where they can continue to leverage their hero power to deal 8 damage per turn and force Lovulots to draw Alexstrasza very soon.
Yeah, Primordial Drake's one of the strongest ones to set up against Jaina because none of the Mage's Burn lines up for a clean kill onto a Primordial Drake.
15, 18, 23 damage, 24 if they... Actually, you weave that over 3 turns, so 20...
Did we see a Blood Mage last game?
Hold on. Let's count damage here. So, 12, 18, 23. You hero power over 2 turns. It's only 25. Will you get popped by then? This is kind of crazy. If Lovulots can find a way to lethal, let's go ahead and tune in.
which can be relevant if we draw Arcanine, Glyph.
Like, what I'm thinking, we still have time. So what I was thinking was, since they have this hero power and we Meteor, like, if we don't play anything, they're just going to shoot us and say go because they don't want to give us ping targets. But
no, they would probably still play stuff if they're not. And we can get stuff like this, which was really nice. I mean, they probably just execute this, but they only have one execute left.
One minions here.
Play the first mates just to get the armor because we don't want the 1/1s on board and make sure something
I would
together.
pull patches out of me as well. And someone draw patch to do that. So I think I hero power first, right?
Yeah.
Because I also want to like attack face my weapon before I play there. Easy.
We're also gonna show our first mate tick though. Does that mean anything?
I don't think it means much. I guess it might mean.
Choose.
2 first mates.
Yeah. Maybe that never means no armor smith. No, that never means no armor smith because that'd be absurd to queue that into to queue their deck into us without armor smith. I would expect them to armor smith this turn. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. They have the ones to.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah. Okay. Well, we know no extra armor smith, and we know no whirlwind. So.
We could.
We definitely don't want to get popped, but I guess our weapon's only 1 damage now. We could what?
We could make a water lily this turn with Meteor, the Smith, Bolt, Ping.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. That was my first thought.
I like that. I think that's the best.
Yeah, we need board. Start with the Meteor.
Yeah, I mean, we have plenty of time given that that's a no RNG play, so.
Yep.
It's just a thought of do we ever glyph here? Like, what are good things to get? There's really nothing, so I'm.
Glyphs like better next turn.
I'm happy because if they pop us with the Welly somehow, then that means we have a Welly healing us. More than likely, they just kill the Welly. Sometimes they have to hero power the Welly and it buys us a turn.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do it. So 18 damage in hand. They are at 27. So we're not close.
Okay, hero power first.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't play Stonehill.
No, to play Acolyte and 6-9.
Yeah, and we hit face.
6-9.
Speak to me.
That's a second block. I'm thinking glyph.
Yeah. We go. Like, we don't need to play the Archaeologist this turn.
No, I'm just saying, but it would thin our deck. It's a 1 in 10 to draw the secret next turn.
Well, let's start with Glyph.
Let's glyph, right. None of these help currently. Mana bind, we can take something, but it's
Barrier does if they want to punch.
Yeah, how are we dealing with this board? Are we gonna Fireball Frostbolt to 6/9 and go face? Just to leave our Welly up?
I must decide.
I think so, right? And then
That's
we're gonna
what I was
barrier.
thinking.
So we're gonna take barrier. And we're gonna play barrier, or yeah. So we're gonna Fireball Frostbolt to 6/9, go face with the 3/6.
Yeah, like we could play Archaeologist to have more targets, but
Instead
I don't
of
know.
barrier, but we need the barrier just in case, or do we not? Like, what's our call on that? Oh, they probably cut Whirlwind. So barrier or Arcano? Barrier?
Okay.
Okay, they probably cut Whirlwind if they're playing the first mate.
So like you just see 2 for Glyph, 4 for Fireball, 2 for Frostbolt, so that's 8 mana, they only have 2 left. So it was 1 mana secret.
So
I hero
what,
power
we hero
first
power
because
first?
I hero power first, I don't want to have Mercy before the hero power. I don't want to poke as barrier.
So we hero power first, right?
I just hero power first. I think think we attack.
Don't mind then. Yeah, attack. We don't care about that price too.
No, I mean, I don't want, because it could still be ice. Yeah.
So we pick 3, 4.
We could say the 2/6 and draw from Echo. Nah, no, don't do that. Because of, yeah. Let's take Cybertron, right?
3, 4 and 3, right?
Sure. Don't want to attack because of, like, I don't think they want just anything.
Sure.
Heal us. I don't know.
If we draw like,
They're thinking they don't need to go face, vaporize, barrier. Nope. Alright, sweet. So Blizzard is great.
yeah, Blizzard's good. Meteor. Not good.
Meteor's good enough. So it's a weird meteor, but
Yeah, we have to meteor
we
that.
do it. We meteor Acolyte and ping the thing, and we Arcanologist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
An incredible discovery.
I can't believe that Lovey Lots is still hanging into this game. Planet Odds had the quest up for so long, and just by the skin of their teeth, they're managing to scrap up an actual game plan here. Warriors almost out of real threats of minions, so if they're reliant on like brawls, I think that's a position where Mage might be able to pull something out.
This 8 damage is so powerful turn after turn. And
right. Emphasis on might. I mean, I feel like Planet Odd was going to win for a long time now, but it's like I can't believe Lovey Lots made this competitive.
This is like when you lose the board position in chess. Going back to all the chess analogies we've been making throughout this.
Yeah, all
episode.
one of them.
We've referenced it a couple times.
Okay.
And it's like that one piece that you lost early on is snowballing to this position. Planet Odd just has a more favorable matchup here, and if they're not under pressure because of the Alexstrasza, then they're free to just continue to kill resource after resource after resource until Lovey Lots just doesn't have anything left. And you also posed me the question of whether or not you'd rather be Quest Warrior or Pirate Warrior.
Well, why not both?
Yeah. Both sounds good to me.
Both.
I like how in my tired state at the end of this day, I looked at Dan with like this epiphany look, and I'm like, wait a minute, what about Pirate Tone?
Well, yeah, you have Dread Corsair. You mentioned Tar Creeper.
Stolen Goods Sarnite Chain Gang.
Sarnite Chain Gang actually can go in Quest Warrior.
Yeah.
That's not a meme.
I do like it quite a lot. There's not a lot of good 4-drops outside of Blood Razor.
I like hero powering every turn.
Oh, yeah.
Lovey Lots would love an opportunity to take it a little bit slower, but
Well, playing the Acolyte could open up Blizzard to a Water Elemental here. Medivh's Valet, no target.
I mean, they'd have targets, just
For the Water Elemental.
nothing for the Water Elemental.
I think that Psychotron's gonna have to bite the dust here. That 3 damage plus the other 3 on board, represents a block pop.
Yeah, this is tough too, because if you shoot down the Psychotron, then the Acolyte gets a guaranteed 2 draws, which extends the Warrior's ability to close out the game.
Yeah, executing and brawling to isolate targets and
Yeah.
the like. I'm not sure I like the attacks from Planet Odd on the weapon just yet. They activated a Frost Barrier with the Acolyte attack, and then B, with Execute still in the deck, you probably want as many charges as you can get.
Oh man.
Wow, they're going to use Fireball and use the Medivh's Valet to set up next turn on the Tar Creeper with the Medivh's Valet. One, 2, 3, 4 plus 8. 1 damage off of popping this turn.
They could draw for it, but I don't know what other thing that would add a single damage to the board.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
There's nothing like Cruel Taskmaster or anything in this deck.
Virtually nothing in this deck.
I mean, they did have patches, so I'm ready to see anything. At this point, Salcy Deckhand just comes out of nowhere.
Ah, yes.
You laugh, but I mean, there's still 7 cards.
Pirate Taunter, yeah.
I mean, let's assume that they have another Blood Razor in the deck, another Sleep with the Fishes and Execute, another Armor Smith, Dirty Rat. So that leaves 1 card left that we don't know.
Yeah, I would think that Tar Creeper would be in pairs in this list as well. But, I mean, Sleep with the Fishes, Armorsmith, Execute.
Maybe it's a second first mate. No, there's no way. There's only one first mate. There only can be one first mate. Actually, why is that not a legendary card? Because if you can't have two first mates.
I mean, it should be a legendary card. Goodness, that card is ridiculous. They're going to maximize their damage for playing it odd. Love You Lots is on their last leg. They need to be able to survive for a couple turns. Let's see how they want to take this.
If we draw Blizzard, we have one.
Yeah. We didn't. It's not looking good.
No. We can't win anymore.
No, so... What do we think about, like...
How do we make them show us?
Well, yeah, how do we make them show cards, right? We play both minions as how.
Yeah.
And we...
Probably shoot the minions, too.
We could ping the Acolyte, give them more cards to play, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
And then we block, and we just... Like, on board, they should just identify they can hit in, trade out, hero power, and pass. But they might... Yeah, they might freak out or something. Who knows?
Excuse me, you are on fire.
Time is now.
Okay.
You're
So
not scared of any fatigue things, right?
my play is
I was thinking,
face with the Acolyte, hero power, face with our weapon, play the new weapon with the fishes.
What now?
Actually, we don't even sleep with the fishes, probably.
like hit phase.
Actually, I'm just gonna trade my Acolyte in, I think.
What about trade accurate and broke with weapon and just hero power?
Yeah, the credit if I hero power first. Yeah. Because, like, yeah, he first because I go face it, use my weapon to 1 minion.
You know his last card in hand is a secret, right?
Kill mana burn, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. This is segment.
Red? We can clear the RX.
No, I don't.
I mean, we know his last card is a secret. We know it's not a minion.
We don't want to give him an opportunity to.
But how did I kill it? Sure, I wasn't sure. Like, my issue was just that I know
If
they
you
top
get,
deck
like,
Alex Treasure
first
next turn. Like, I think the only way to win is to take Alex Treasure, and I thought we want a minion on board. But that was.
Yeah.
Well, they do have a kill on board. If we hit in, it goes to 3 if they don't trade it in, which means Blizzard, but... If we hit in and draw Blizzard, it can be nice.
Okay.
Makes sense to me, sort of. Yeah.
Do that.
It also...
I bring love.
Yeah. Nine cards left to see.
So we attack face, execute hero power.
Yeah.
Yes. Ever kill our own with the fishes here? No. Obviously with the fishes can kill what element it's.
We should Frostbolt. Nah, like Blizzard to kill it. That's the only way, right? You also have one more cliff lift. I don't
The
think.
last one is Ice. Sure, Blizzard.
I don't think
Then Blizzard.
the fishes can be useful for something else. So
Yeah, like, we can. Like, if they do that, we can still like play. Raise the next one with the fishes to kill elemental.
% where you get the patches, yeah. Alright. Glyph.
Ooh.
Well, Poly for a Welly.
We were supposed to go infinite.
Yeah.
That was our last out.
That was our out. Ah, jeez. My bad, guys. Really dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, make a welly.
We don't have nearly enough damage to take a Pyro, so...
We're a little bit short.
Yeah, just a little. Just a little.
We could have if cards came in a...
Oh, their hero power just sniped our best minion.
Yeah.
That didn't help any.
Yeah, I think they had one turn where they missed, and it was like not a big deal because they played a 6-9 taunt into our 3-6. Like
they'd already hit a bunch.
Yeah. Of course. They killed our stuff, and it was in fact dead.
Chance they don't know we have any of those no deck, like is any putting any of those cards.
If you go Blood Razor, hit face, go double Fissures, hero power, he's on 1. He has nothing
Yeah,
on
we
board.
definitely win. Like question, like yeah, always win. Every other player always wins. Like we have the option to just hero power pass for the rest of the game and win guaranteed without showing any more cards. The question is if that does anything to hide any of those cards.
Oh, but if you're sure, like I wouldn't mind. Like you probably know we play Fissures anyway, so.
You know, we play 2 Blood with the first mates.
So you want to kill it now, or what? Or you don't want to kill it?
Just pass, yeah.
We just pass here, right?
Yeah.
Into Mana Worm.
We could draw Mana Worm
Kill us.
Poly. Well, we could draw into Mana Worm Polymorph.
Wow. Powerful
And
combo.
get another Welly. Because
do
we
that.
need them to hit the Welly, which means we need another Welly to be living.
Yes.
I didn't hit them. But, I mean, this is good enough, right? It's the same
It's just as good.
concept.
Yeah, like maybe they show like brawl
Right.
fishes.
They show stuff to kill us here, right?
Information battle has been taking place for about 10 turns.
It's definitely been kind of a grind fest to get to the final stages of it, but you can see like the effort of which Planet Odd is trying to conceal information and Lovey Lots is trying to extract it.
Yeah.
It's almost painful on everyone's end here.
Yeah, so Patches, Curator, Direhorn Hatchling, Tar Creeper, and Battle Rage are the one-ofs in this deck alongside Fireplume's Heart. Everything else that you've seen is a 2-of. All 30 cards in the deck have been shown. So if you just really want to play Taunt Warrior on ladder, I like it.
I mean, they have a lethal right here, right? With
Yeah.
Blood Razor, Sleep, and Hero Power.
And once again, they're just trying to figure out if there's any way they lose the game to conceal as much information as possible.
They just go for the 1 and 3, and they get it. There we go. We've gotten to the finish line. Rather, we've limped to the finish line. Planet Odd's going to take a 2-1 lead as we go into Game 4 of this best of 11.
That's right. Mage versus Warrior, and Taunt Warrior tends to beat out these Control Mage style of decks. So, you know, as I mentioned, the slow, impending build to an unstoppable force is one of the best ways to contest any Control Mage deck. It means you don't have to do a lot to be threatened by the Jaina hero power once it's online, the Frostlich Jaina that is, and eventually that damage is going to come through. The only thing you're at risk of is an Alexstrasza burst, a couple of turns usually.
Well, now that we've gotten past that point, we'll see if Team Lovey Lots has a very convenient answer. We've been seeing a lot of Murloc Paladins come to the mix to try to pressure some of these Warrior builds that are late game oriented. And also, you know, maybe they have Tempo Rogue also as a available choice too. Either of those I think are good.
Yeah, I'm curious how the N'Zoth's First Mate affects some of their aggro matchups, though. Like that extra patches and the 1 damage could really come into play.
It does. It makes things like the Grimskill Chum a lot easier to deal with as a Quest Warrior. Or even your opponent's Swashbuckler Patches plays.
That's right.
So that's some valuable information that's been given to Team Lull. And we'll see how that ends up panning out for the next game.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they brought. I mean, Team Lovey Lots has put twists on some of their decks at times, but I don't know if they have any twist here that really fights against Taunt Warrior. That's typically not a deck that's major on your radar.
All right, well, we are going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have more action here at Trinity Series between Team Lovey Lots and Planet Odd.
You guys seeing this?
Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
Welcome back, everyone, to Trinity Series Season 2. We're in the middle of a best of 11 between Team Lovey Lots and Planet Odd, where the winner of this will be in prime position for the live finals. We take the top 4 teams to play for $150,000 here in the Intel Esports Arena. in Burbank, California. Now we send Zalay up to the desk here and see if whether or not he can take down Planet Odd with whatever counter that he has, and it seems to be Murloc Paladin.
Yeah, this is a big matchup for Team Love You Lots and for Planet Odd. If Planet Odd wins this match, it is a 6-way tie at the 3-3 match record score. If Love You Lots wins this match, they are then tied for first at the 4-2 match record score. But my goodness, this is some Murloc Paladin deck. I mean, the Finja, the Curator, very telling of that, but equality in the deck. Lich King in the deck. I know Zalay's been a huge fan of Lich King in just about every single deck in this metagame.
I'm a fan of the Lich King, too.
I love him.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first legendary that I got from my pity timer in the first 10 packs of the expansion. And I got on my free-to-play account, too, in Asia, and it was very, very, very rewarding to have. Like, I just slammed it in every single deck, and I just realized that it's just good. Oh, hold on. Okay. So, this doesn't look like a traditional Murloc mid-range Paladin deck. It looks like a Control Paladin featuring Murlocs. And I feel like this is almost a fusion of ideas, very similar to the Taunt Warrior and Pirate Warrior. It's almost like it's a Control Paladin with Murloc, just like it's a Quest Warrior with Pirates.
That's right. You can see why Love You Lots and Planet Odd are such next-level players. They're always fusing strategies together, like great chefs and fusing together any
Recipes.
American style with any other culture that is far superior to American food.
This is the P.F. Chang's Paladin, if you will. If it loses, it's the Panda Express Paladin.
Is Lich King or Uther the head chef?
It's definitely Uther. He's got Uther as the hero and Uther of the Ebon Blade.
Oh yeah. So
and
that's when he goes full Gordon Ramsay mode and he starts yelling at everybody.
Yeah, when he's mad, he goes Uther of the Ebon Blade. And of course, what's the name of the is it just an Ashbringer? What's the name of the weapon that you attack with?
Goodness,
the legendary one.
We're gonna have to find out a little bit later. Let's listen to Love You Lots in their early game and hear how they want to take this.
Blood Razor and
5. We've got about 5, 6. We got about 13 cards that would be, or 11 cards that are playable off the top next turn if we outdoor.
You're saying there's a chance?
There's a chance, but I'm not digging it.
And face. Or trade.
One of the two, yeah.
Classic well-done Peacekeeper.
The Quiver.
Yeah. The question is if we attack into any minion armors miss. I think we attack into the ones we get an armor and make like another attack and just double it into the next turn would off.
Even attack phase, right? I think that's a misplay because of that D hit phase.
Probably not. I mean, they kind of have to get us a battle range anyway to win the game.
It's 1 damage.
I think it was right for the price anyway. I want to into the 1/2. What do you think?
What now?
And to play around. And we kill next turn, maybe.
Be able to kill before they play Megastore.
Well, you found a play, so I'm proud of you on that front.
It's
not a great one.
No, but it's what we got.
But it
I'm going
is
to
a
one-drop hero power after I think for a few more seconds.
Yes,
I love it.
If we double trade into that thing, Blood Razor just is not very good for them. Because if we Tidecaller hero power now, don't trade, and they go Blood Razor, punch the outdoor, trade in, they'll have this Tar Creeper forever and just have board.
Blood Razor is just at this point a statistical not likely because they played all their kept cards, right? So we could say we need to take the risk, but go on.
We only have to trade the Aldor to play around the Blood Razor. We don't have to trade the 1/2.
No, we need to trade the 1/2, I think, because it'll leave them with 2 1/1s.
Yeah, we'd need to trade both to play around it. But if you want to play around it.
I don't want to play around it.
I don't really want to play around it. We threaten the Megastore a lot more this way and maybe make them do something stupid.
Alright.
They don't...
So we go and trade.
Ghoul.
1/5 into the 2/2, 1/3 into the.
Yes. Yeah, there's no good for Deep as a Fish is one that have that one got back with like Megasaur stuff. It's just too good to play here.
Really nice.
Yep.
Oops. I don't think we have to rope this one out. I think we can hero power. We kill the.
I think we kill it because it kills our 1/1.
Yeah.
So well, and it protects them. Yeah, if they have a 5 taunt, we're unhappy. But if they don't, that means 3/3 is going into 1/1, which is nice. It sets us up for potential consecration. That frees up our weapon top decks.
Yep.
We want to rip Finja.
Yeah, do that, please.
We have a lot of cards at the bottom of our decks. Like,
Yeah, we have a lot of the cards that we wanted in our deck, right?
Uh-oh. They love that one.
That was a good draw.
Well, we can make a lot of men.
Yeah. Do you want to pretend we had other options?
Yeah, let's do that. I love pretending.
Let's make believe.
Pretend with us, Twitch chat.
I'm not a pretender.
Game theory optimal to not give away information by playing so quickly. I didn't know you had options. I'm gonna do it now though, because I'm losing my mind.
Well, might be one of those games where that equality is just good.
Dirty Red here?
No.
Why do you want to do that?
I'm just saying we could. Good talk.
Seven into the 1/1.
Would love to see consecration. Would love to see it, Ben Brode.
Okay. We can punch the...
Right. That is something we have the option to do.
Well, then let's do it.
We probably should.
We're gonna hero power, because then we have an extra
Oh,
one.
yeah. We're gonna hit that hero power button.
This powerful.
Well, they don't run into Battle Rage. We're pretty confident, so...
Oh, yeah. There's no way.
Don't worry, we didn't draw all of our top end. We still have a couple more powerful draws.
You know, maybe...
Yeah, like Scale Bane this next turn would be choice.
I just face think it. Okay?
Sure.
I wonder.
No, I think I could trade this. It concerns me so far ahead. And consequently would get them like very easily. Like very handily. Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
Creator.
That guy got 7.
Yeah, he does.
And
He draws us 3
Beast, a
cards.
dragon, and a Merle.
And we can
All
kill the
3.
2/3. I mean, we're not too afraid of taking damage because we're
gonna heal up.
It's just that they have.
Well, it sucks to have to use our heal before they even start hero powering, but yes, we can heal.
And they have 50 life. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See if they play around the Primordial Drake at
Let's
all.
just say though, if our deck wins, we nailed it.
Yeah, yeah.
We absolutely nailed it if we win.
Huh. So the second armor is trade.
Why?
I was hoping
Not like this.
I was hoping it would like.
Made to
They're gonna have so much armor.
You're going way above 50 here.
Oh, this is like 50 and a half.
Well, wait, hold on. Their quest isn't that close.
Their quest is not even close.
Oh no, silver linings, people.
I think we're
fine. We're doing
massively
great.
favored.
Great job, team. Okay, what are we doing this turn, guys? Are we steeding for the trade or no?
Makes me happy.
They have obviously situational cards in hand. Like we could get Rag online to start trying to heal ourselves, but I like.
I'd rather bait and execute and save that later.
I want a Steed for the trade, and I want to
just hero power or what?
Is the 2/3?
I like the 2/3 because we have the Tide Collar, right? And we got the Megasaur. We can do some cool stuff with that.
Okay.
I don't think we need on board right now. They're gonna execute and be stuck.
Steed hero.
We'll worry about pressure when they fall, when the armor's off, right?
Yeah.
When the armor's gone, we can start talking about it. Oh, thick.
Wow. It's a big dragon.
Last game, they completed the quest this turn and pressed the button.
And you now see why that is pretty unlikely, but okay. Oh, they do run it. What?
They put it in.
Hero power pass, right?
I'm thinking if you want to equip like the armor with the 1/1 and then play the Blood Razor. Actually, not take the armor, supposed to get armor if you drop 1 damage on it.
It's better against one.
So.
Yeah, because like it's fine to like clear the Murloc because of the Megasaur.
Yeah, I think we probably even
hit them better than Ghoul. We could also just play like trade the 1/1 and play Ghoul.
I want to play the weapon and the weapon into the minion to damage it a bit to like set up for like Drake to go with the fitters or whatever. Are you fine with taking the Asmus and then playing the weapon, taking the Dragon with my weapon hero power pass?
About taking 6 damage.
Like, if you don't think I would do it.
But
man, that 40 mana hand that Love You Lots had in the turn 2 is looking mighty golden now.
Yeah, they're gonna have a chance to spend it all, it seems like, because of the way Planet Odd's drawn. They've
This is just like, I mean, I know the raid boss is coming up with Kobolds and Catacombs, but right now Love You Lots is the final raid boss. You have to clear every single wing of this place.
They're just playing Control Murloc Paladin, which is just so interesting.
Well, you heard them kind of laughing about how they might recover from this spot.
They are recovering from this spot.
It sounds to me like this deck was built to target Taunt Warrior specifically.
Well, you also saw that Planet doesn't have Execute, so what's wrong with playing Uther and then starting to just pressure with a 6/8 minion that they can't deal with?
I quite like the Uther because it starts to stabilize the life total, so that way maybe the Rag gets down, but if your opponent hasn't completed Quest, I think the Ragnaros is quite appealing.
What about, okay, exactly. No, you're right, because you can heal it back up to a 6/14. That should be massive.
Killing the Armor Smith cuts into the Brawl potential a bit, and that's a fresh Primordial Drake now. And Planet Odd looks like they're in heaps of trouble.
Yeah, their quest is
3 of 7, I believe.
3 of 7. It's not good. They can brawl to eliminate one of these threats.
I mean, you may have to be taking like the big risk brawl here where you hope your own minion lives.
But you also have the opportunity to just kind of like take it slow as well because you have 56 life. And
14 damage on board.
Yeah, you have 56 life. And you can afford to take 2 hits and still be okay.
I agree with that. Curious, like, what draws really change the position for them super strong, though, outside of just more taunt. I mean, just play taunts in the way in the meantime?
Yeah, try to get your taunts out of your hands so you can get the quest done.
I guess that also keeps potential healing off of Love You Lots' face, because every single time they attack into a minion, the Ragnos Lightlord has a chance to heal that.
Yeah. I mean, right now you're three taunts away. You have 1 in your hand. Buy yourself
Defender. Looks like the magic draw. Let's go ahead and listen to Love You Lots. Their hand has a lot of options, to say the least.
Yeah, we're going to Uther and keep the Light Lord healthy. Like, obviously, they don't have Execute.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So I'm putting 11
We only missed 3 damage, but
we're putting 11 into it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
3 damage is not that much when they're...
I dig it.
58.
Oh, they're low. That's all I know. I like how it takes you like a second to comprehend what I said. It's like...
Wait, what did you say? I didn't even listen to you.
I said they're low.
I mean...
And I stand by my statement. Get him, Light Lord.
Don't heal us.
Yeah. Unlucky.
Got in for 8. He did a thing.
You can't ask for much more, right, from your Light Lord.
So,
Play what?
if we Acolyte, attack, we'll sleep as the one in the fight. Deal.
Yeah, so
both minutes are 1 HP.
so it's all like Acolyte Ghoul or we play Ellie Armorsman. Going.
If we do, we still attack with the weapon just to get the two from the Acolyte.
The weapon with fishes because we're not playing Whirlwind. We're not. We have to save the weapon with fishes.
With a Ghoul Acolyte. I mean Acolyte Ghoul.
Yeah, I hope top taking Stone Hill or something.
Do you play both?
I'm not sure.
I'll take both, but
I have no time to do it, I don't think.
okay.
Sorry.
We don't need to do anything again.
Well, we don't, but they're also in that same mindset, right? They're thinking.
Not really. We're pushing 14, dude.
I know.
14's a good amount.
It's a healthy amount. I'm not going to deny it.
Frostmourne calls.
Do we ever want to like trade the Acolyte so it's not drawing as much?
Yeah, currently it's drawing
important.
2. We can make it draw 1.
Currently, I'm looking at punching the Acolyte, going face for 14. And,
Well, wait. I don't really want to give up our weapon. Well, I guess it guarantees the heal, actually.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Because they don't have execute.
I dig that. I dig that.
You don't
Yeah.
have to play around.
Punch Acolyte, face for 14. Our guys heal. One of our guys gets healed, and
Get a
we're
horseman
winning.
down.
We're winning.
No.
No horseman. No horseman. No, bro.
Frostmourne calls.
I mean, what if they brawl and a horseman doesn't win? Thick.
No. Well, then there's no downside to having made it.
I know.
Smith. Right?
Yeah, we just execute Light Lord, play Armorsmith, arm up.
Yeah.
1 minion some bone.
Yeah, I'm fine. Just do not check.
Hope they don't play Tyrion or something.
I mean, they're gonna play Tyrion this turn. Just for the win. Like, the way they attack the one too kind of show us safety, I think.
Like they didn't heal home.
What about Brawl?
Really, really good.
What about Double Taunt? I think I like Double Taunt, what do you think? I think I like Double Taunt.
And I get it, they just farm it with the minions.
Okay.
But like, then we can get our crest and like heal the same turn if we get.
Yeah, like
2-2. What if we giddy upped?
My instinct
really
is
big
king
man.
time, but
what's your instinct? Say that again.
my instinct is having seen the execute. I want to make a king.
You want to make
but
the Lich King?
really awkward on board.
Well, what about Bone Mare trade? And just like you could make a 2-2,
calls.
and like
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
he's still on that whole brawl or nothing plan. Like that, he needs either another execute, at which point the king is just nuts. I mean, we can put the range on like fishes and brawl, right? On those 2 left cards. It's
Yes.
It's either 2 of the same or 1 and 1. We knew they didn't have an execute until recently. They just drew it and they played it immediately. But
I like
we
that
know
one.
they have either a brawl or a fishes or both. So I want to bone mare. The question again is if we play a 2-2 or not.
I like it more now.
I like it because I like what Muzzy was saying, where we don't need a big guy to live, because the 5/5's not big. We just need our guy to win.
Do we want to punch that 3/3?
No. I like our weapon. Our weapon's very powerful, given that they need to brawl. Even if the 3-3 wins the brawl, whatever. We just don't want a big taunt to win the brawl.
Yeah. Having stuff to developed that the brawl can interact with is nice.
I know. I just have a question.
Yep.
We don't do hit.
No, don't want to hit.
I mean, with the minion.
Okay, let's.
I don't know. It's so. Do we want a king before or after the brawl? Because if we force the brawl with the king, then we can do the murlocs, right? We need to play on fishes because they're obviously holding back this weapon for fishes. Their hands like fishes brawl card they drew.
Yes, I want a Lich King.
So Lich King 2/2.
Yeah.
That's what I like. How are our trades going on board?
I wanted to use the weapon and kill off our 2/2s.
Wait,
Play
so
down.
hold on. If we use the weapon, they still brawl, right? So our 5/5 being at 5/5 doesn't matter.
The frozen throne.
But
Well, if we use
what
the
if
weapon,
we just
I wanna
trade
save
our
the
whole
weapon.
board in? Trade our whole board in
Yeah.
and make a 2/2.
Okay.
Like trade
I'm a
everything
king,
in.
hero power, trade the board.
Yeah, trade everything in.
Yeah.
Leave our weapon alive. They have to brawl a 3-minion board
Draws near.
because they're out of execute. Like
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
we want to force fishes, force brawl, and then even when they complete their hero power, we just have too much small stuff for it to be good.
We could death
Okay,
grip
stuff we can
6/9.
death grip. Well, okay, there's first mate, so we ideally want to see a first mate before we death grip. But
Well, they played a first mate already.
no, I mean the second one though. But yeah, the 6/9 is in there. There's like Primordial Drake
Curator.
number 2. Yeah, Curator would be good just to deny them. Yeah,
And
we'd
it's good
probably
for
play
us,
it.
draw
We'd
stuff.
probably play it ASAP, but
Wow, this game is getting nuts.
It's really cool. This is the kind of game that you want to see. Not necessarily the final 10 turns of Mage versus Warrior when it's been determined,
Or Priest versus Druid.
10 minutes before its expiration, or 10 minutes after.
I feel like this is what people who complain about Tier 1 decks envisioned the meta to be.
Having time to play Lich King, Ragnaros, Lightlord, Curator, Tyrion, Uther of the Ebon Blade, Sunkeeper Tarim.
This is Millhouse Manastorm in the tutorial. You just wait till I hit 10 mana.
Yeah, or 40. I don't think Love You Lots will get through half their hand. Like in the sense
no,
that they'll
there's no
never
way.
go below 5 cards, I feel like.
I think they will win the game far before that point. I mean, look at how much is being used here by playing it odd.
Wait, hold on.
What?
That was really important. They finished their quest.
Well, they played the 6/9 instead of killing the Lich King, so Lich King gets another draw.
I mean, come on. It's already gotten so many cards. I think you're not even concerned about the card draw anymore. Although, check this out. I mean, they have Obliterate, so they can start pushing more damage, and you can start threatening the life total of the Warrior.
That's Death Grip, right?
Oh, is it Death Grip?
Yeah.
Oh, I
you see the
apologize. I
glove
thought
at the
that was
left?
Obliterate.
Mines are always Obliterate. I mean, I never get anything but
Obliterate's
Obliterate.
really good in this spot.
It is.
Two mana, deal 9 damage. Death Grip is also kind of funny because...
Pushes them lower to Fatigue.
Yeah, it's like Fatigue might actually come into play in this game.
I mean, you heard Love You Lots' game plan. It was to exhaust all of the AoE, and then when Quest is online, just play enough wide stuff that the Die Insect hero power from Sulfuros is just not being directed towards face. And I think that's a quite a strong plan right now.
Well, they have a way to get through this Iron Horde Matriarch through a combination of Elder Peacekeeper, keep their Lich King alive. They also can...
Tear him after.
Yeah, they can also discover a top minion through Stonehill. I wouldn't hate that either.
Consecration. Looks good to me.
I do like the opportunity to hero power a lot, though, with the 2/2. It's like you said, plays around the whirlwind effects.
Just start forcing AoE.
And the more you can pick up another weapon like Frostmourne, Anti-Magnet Shell is also good.
More stats. Nothing's being targeted anytime soon, but
This
playing
is
it odd
bad for
is...
playing it odd.
Oh yeah, they're under a lot of pressure. Let's hear how they want to handle this.
I don't want to brawl this. What do you think?
No, I don't think we need to brawl this.
So you agree with Stonehill first?
Yeah.
Out of my jungle.
We could not overpower and just play the 4-drop and serve us BS7. Probably bad. This one is an option.
Don't think. Maybe just take Ellie.
It's like either Ellie or Tento. Nah, it's Ellie. Actually, you get Tento for Brawl or. I'm just doing this now. Please, I mean, I don't have enough time now. I don't have enough time.
Still brawling.
So, if we AMS, we're probably getting brawled. But is that a bad thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it a bad thing?
The other thing, they're almost out of Whirlwinds. They only have Blood Razor left, correct? So they have one enabler for their second fishes, which obviously...
Like this turn, I'm looking at going Stonehill, Hero Power, AMS, and Sego.
Trade Sego, yeah.
If they brawl,
Okay,
that
save the
reload
Murloc
with the
reload.
Murlocs.
That looks pretty good to me, right?
Yeah.
Alright, let's start with the Stonehill, see what's up.
Yeah, agreed.
Actually, we're not getting through his one floor. Do we want to play?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You got it. Oh, Tyrion's pretty good. I'm gonna pick that one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna Hero Power, Anti-Magic Shell, trade my 4/4, push 3.
Yeah. Sweet. The end draws near is away.
Yeah, for them.
Did you know Zlay,
Only 2 more hero powers off.
That you know that Tyrion isn't naturally in our deck. We don't have a Tyrion.
Hey, be quiet! We can't let everyone know.
Okay.
Shh. Very secret now.
So they're looking at like Whirlwind Sleep shoot us, or they're looking at Brawl.
Yeah, Whirlwind Sleep would be better because then they don't have to use their Brawl, but it's unlikely they have the second Razor, second Sleep.
Yeah.
I kind of have...
What now?
No, just Dirty Red Brawl.
Okay. I think like if you have the 50 to the board and keep Dirty Red on board, 30 Red after all. Well, lucky.
Maybe we don't hit it with the...
I don't want to hit this. I don't want to hit this move. I might just have to hero power. Even if we miss it.
He's so tiny. Wait.
Oh,
they shot. Oh, because they know we're just gonna heal, I guess. But I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm looking at.
That's
Tyrion
one brawl
Hero
down.
Power.
Well, no. If we Tyrion Hero Power, we need to swing. But I don't want to swing still. I still.
What about War Leader Hero Power Scalebane?
I think that's okay as well. I like that. We could.
Okay.
Yeah, we
We're
don't
not going to
want
be adapting Murlocs, but okay.
Right. Well, we still have Murlocs in the deck. We have 3 Murlocs left.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I like that.
I mean, we
I want to get the
play
Scalebane rolling, you know?
Yeah.
because it's
yeah.
a
They're kinda low
5/5.
on
Yeah.
inches.
It's the best. It's a 5/5, which is really nice.
Do we need to Death Grip? No, can we still wait on that, right?
We can still
Yeah.
wait.
We can still wait. Play out our mana.
Frostmourne calls.
Well, we're not in a rush on this turn. So what all minions do they still have?
They have a
A
Stonehill
Stonehill.
and probably a First Mate, a
Curator.
Drake, and a Curator. 4 minions. One could be in their hand. They still have their Stonehill card in their hand. Yeah. I mean, we kind of want them to Curator because they are kind of fatiguing.
Did we say they have another Primordial Drake? Because they have.
Yeah. They have 4 minions total, probably. They could have another, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That Drake would be good here.
That Drake would be good here.
Drake is excellent in this position, and Planod has found some kind of light at the end of the tunnel. It's possible that they still win from this. Is it likely? No, considering that they're so far behind the resource count that this hero power quite literally has to grind out all of the resources from Paladin, because I don't think they'll be able to race the Paladin at the moment with a lifesteal weapon to make up some of that damage differential. However, I acknowledge that there's a chance that it doesn't work out that way.
Wow, they're not even going to use the Sleep of the Fishes here.
No, they need that Sleep of the Fishes.
One activator left in the deck, which is a second Blood Razor. That's it. Or board-wide activator, that is.
And it's like you heard from Team Levy Lots, they're in no rush at all. They could they can actually just win through pure fatigue if they're able to drag out the game long enough and set up a scenario where Planet Odd has no cards, Love You Lots has nothing but hero powers, and then Planet Odd has to try to and shoot over the 2/2s.
Well, Curator is probably not getting played for Love You Lots, but it does steal a card from Planet Odd's deck.
Yeah.
And so that steal now puts Planet Odd one step closer to that fatigue. Every single week, Love You Lots comes with a deck that seems like it's dedicated to being able to execute this style of game plan.
It also seems to be the Paladin that they innovate the most. They had Murloc Paladin. They've had a mid-range Paladin that was focused on Corpse Taker and not on Murloc at all. It was like a Divine Shield Paladin.
Yeah.
And then they have now this Murloc Control Paladin, which not even really Murlocs. It just kind of has Murlocs at its base. And it's oriented around extreme value. It's like slow Paladin, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, I like PF Chang's Paladin. I think that's a really funny term.
It's big Paladin.
Yeah. Plus, I feel like they would serve Murlocs at PF Chang's. That's just me.
They sound tasty.
Yeah. I mean, there's one down the street we should go after. For
Yeah. We should go order specifically.
That actually sounds really good because we've been here for a long time. So PF Chang's for catering. Hint, hint. Be really good.
Hold the sauce for me.
Let's go ahead and tune into Love You Lots. They're finding a way to close this game and put this PF Chang's Paladin on notice.
I mean, I kind of like... What about War Leader, Hero Power, Megasaur? Trade? They could have Bloodrazor Fishes for a clear, which would kind of...
We could just Curator, draw the Murloc and Hero Power, and the next turn go...
Do we want to draw? Do we want to draw? I mean, it probably doesn't matter, but...
They have 2, we have 5. We can pretty easily afford to draw a card.
I just don't think the Curator's... I guess the 4/6 body is nice.
4/6 isn't bad.
One calls.
Alright, what's your instinct, Mussy?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, play the Curator. Like, I'm looking at the situation.
Curator and what?
Hero
Power and what attacks? Just 3/3.
Just 3/3, 3/7 into 3/3.
Yeah.
Their best play is Bloodrazor Fishes, but that doesn't clear. They still need to punch, or they punch into the 4/6 with the Bloodrazor. That leaves them with a 2/3, which we then finally hit because we would have taken damage, and then we can finally expand and get brawled.
Like I'm looking at these situations, and it's like tough for us to lose.
Yeah, it's definitely
I think what I'm thinking, the situation where we lose is where we haven't killed them early enough. So like we have so many.
This is where they start smorking us, right? They're gonna clear the board if they have both if they have both of the combo.
Yeah.
And they're gonna hit us for 10. And then we heal back up. We play dudes. One of those dudes is probably Tyrion because it's pretty tough to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
All right. First mate. Brawl.
Stonehill. Do they have 2 brawl?
I mean, we don't know.
They played 1. We're assuming
We're assuming it's. We're also assuming on the first mate, but
I don't think they're the first mate.
Oh my god!
All we really know is Razorfish's Stonehill, and then there's 2 mysteries.
Well, Razorfish's Stonehill.
Like,
yeah, you're right.
Like there's a Stonehill, a Brawl, and
why didn't they just hit?
We don't know that there's a Brawl.
Why didn't they just hit our guy? Oh well. Well, we can hit now. It's just good. And then we get
that
Tyrion.
Probably makes it the Tyrion turn.
Tyrion hero power, right? We want to get that second weapon out as fast as possible. We have a Murloc reload. They're sitting on Brawl, maybe, plus Stonehill, plus maybe First Mate / Second Battle Rage, which would be equally as powerful. So.
Put your faith in the light.
I mean, they did get to extract a lot of info out of us, but we showed our hand very early anyway.
We haven't
shown equality. Yeah, we haven't shown equality. That's not obvious, I guess. Probably won't have to use it either.
No, it is not.
Well,
we never win, right? We just want to see cards. There's no way we're gonna win.
If you want to see cards like Sensor Black first, then he will try to kill Tyrion, so they have to play other stuff. Because Tyrion dies. Not sure.
So we switch the weapon?
No, I think I'd rather, like, it's a consideration, but I think I'll save the first for Brawl. Like, Stone now. And, like, have a chance to first mate Brawl later.
If you play first mate, it dies, right? But it did one. Oh, one.
Yeah, but you can Divine Shield. So you can hero power the Tyrion, but I just play Stone here.
Yeah, just Stone now.
Hatchling, obviously.
Yeah.
Hatchling is the best card in the game here. For us, hero power Hatchling. Don't attack.
See what cards they're playing.
Hard.
Yeah. So we can go.
We don't equality.
No. We can just go like kings and trade. Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna trade
hero powering.
Yeah, we can hero power kings. We can throw down one more card. I mean, yeah, we can throw down one more card, right? Like, they have to brawl.
The Finja, right?
And if they have brawl plus a 6/9.
Oh wait, no, we can't hero power and Finja.
I think we just hero power kings and call it good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna win. Yeah, that's fine. Which one are we trading?
Question is, do we skip the hero power, right? Like,
No, we don't.
okay.
Oh yeah.
And
I
how about
think,
the I want damage on the Tyrion, right? Or well,
it doesn't matter. They don't have a. We don't think they have a way to kill a 3 target.
I want to keep the Tyrion healthy and yeah. Do that. Hero power.
no, is it worth hero power in here?
Yeah, I think just because it makes shoot worse, right?
Like they have a 6/9.
They have to
Okay,
brawl
yeah,
if
yeah,
we
yeah,
start
yeah.
making stuff. I almost want to play one more thing, but
I don't think we need to play.
That's enough.
okay. I mean, I agree. It's probably enough. Like, really.
Do we need to play Finja this game? They might think that we don't play Finja because we have a limited amount of Murlocs.
Of course we play Finja. It gets better when you have a limited amount.
Yeah, but like
we only pull the good Murlocs.
People cut Finja.
That's the point of the deck.
But they don't play around Finja that well, right?
Yeah, whatever.
It's like a one-of. A lot of times they have to disrespect it and hope.
It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
Quality is a card that's good to hide. Finja doesn't matter as much if they know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
And now they're gonna. If they want to play 6/9, that means they can't shoot. Ah, shucks. So are we gonna show the equality?
Yes.
Almost out of cards.
Yeah, probably, right?
Wow, that was not the right draw.
They have nothing left, so we can just start making stuff and forcing a kill. Right?
So we go equality, rock pool, Megasaur, right?
Quality
and
rock
hero
pool,
power.
Megasaur, hero power, yeah.
Yeah. Play them as
Yeah.
stuff.
The frozen throne
Okay.
calls.
Divine Shield over Health and Taunt.
What?
I think Divine
You want
Shield's
taunt?
the best. Health doesn't matter if the hero power hits.
They have a
No. It's Divine Shield. They have nothing more to. They're gonna hit our 2/2, Muzz.
Oh, but they
They're
have
gonna- no,
Blood
they're-
Razor.
They're gonna hit our 2/2 though.
You want
It's,
taunt?
It's
it's
gonna.
Divine Shield. It's Divine Shield. Just take it and hit in.
They're gonna hit our 2/2. The Whirlwind's gonna get rid of the Divine Shield, so we have a 2/3 instead
But
of.
the health doesn't matter ever though.
It could, but I know it.
The Divine
I know it
Shield
doesn't.
and yeah, neither of them matter, so it's whatever. But the Divine
But
Shield
we'd have-
theoretically is slightly better in case they want to do something else.
All right, let's talk about next turn.
Hell yeah! Hey, it died anyway.
So they have one card left. What is this? You guys are thinking Nazat's first mate?
Well, we
I'm
don't
not
show anything. We just go face and make a dude and say go.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Hero
what it
Power,
is?
War Leader, Megasaur.
I mean, we can play the War Leader, sure, and probably.
We don't need to play
you're right.
anything. We don't.
We don't need to. It really does not matter.
Why are we playing things?
Go at it. They've seen our deck.
man.
Like
It's
they
a
know
War
two
Leader and a
of us.
Megasaur.
Shut up. All right. Divine Shield.
Oh man, the old needless bickering at the end of the easily won game. So remember when they were at 60 and I said they were low?
Yes.
Yeah, they were really low.
They were so low. They needed to
On
be at like
cards in their deck.
200. They need to be 260 this game.
Yeah.
Get out of here. All right.
You think you can beat her? What do we call this deck? All right.
I don't know. It's just the good ones. That's the deck name.
Yeah.
Just the good ones.
You think you can beat just the good ones?
What did you call this deck again, Dan?
I call it the PF Chang's Paladin.
PF Chang's
Because it's got
Paladin.
a fusion of everything.
Yeah. This is PF
Just
Chang's
the good
Paladin.
stuff.
Yeah, listen up, guys. PF Chang's Paladin is now a new deck.
It's got Murlocs. It's got the Menagerie package. It's got control tools like Equality and Consecration. It's got Death Knights. It's got the Lich King just for value.
And when you're done, it's probably still bad.
After you're done playing it, you just feel bad about yourself, yeah. And you want to lay on your bed and cry.
And all those legendaries?
Yeah, it's PF Chang's.
Quite overpriced, yeah.
Wow. I mean, PF Chang's is kind of pay to win, if you really think about it.
2 wins in the set now.
Too expensive.
For Team Love You Lots. They tied the series, and this has been a marathon of a day thus far. Control-style matches have been all day long.
Yeah, and we're just getting started. We have a best of 7 remaining here, 4 games in.
Yep. First team to take 6 wins wins the set, and in a best of 11 last hero standing, it is important to be turning the corner at some point. If you just trade wins back and forth, that's not good enough. You need a deck that can take 2 wins in a row and break that serve.
159 damage delta.
142.
Holy crap.
I'm telling you, man, they were a raid boss that game.
Wow.
This looked like a tavern brawl, seriously.
That's like the dungeon run for like a level 5 boss. They just keep doubling in health. That's not confirmed by the way. That's just my theory and speculation. If you play the dungeon run at BlizzCon, you saw that each boss kept doubling health, so hypothetically they kept going. Man.
They even fought against rats this game.
Yeah. Well, it turns out that the game ended up lasting almost 40 minutes, 45 turns. Jeez. Animals got a flight in like 3 hours.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if we can finish up by then.
I'll just have to snuggle in bed with you.
Yes. Well, there's always room for one more around the hearth, so they say.
Make some room by the hearth, won't you, Dan?
I just realized they've been also trading games back and forth. No deck has actually pulled away more than once. There also is a surrender coming up here. I wonder if it's the Rogue coming out, see if they can fight with Tempo Rogue and just outpace the Paladin. But here's another thing, too. Team LOL's draw was pretty much as bad as it gets. Their opening hand had Uther, Ragnaros, Primordial Drake, the Curator. Then they drew the Lich King.
Spike Ridge
Steed.
Tarum.
Now, they have Murloc, Tycaller, Violent Inquisitor, Rockpool Hunter, Murloc Warrior, and Megasaur and Scalebane. That's the kind of curve that they're looking for. So, and pretty much in terms of their quality of draw for early curve, last game was as bad as it gets for Team Love You Lots.
Yeah, they had an Eldor Peacekeeper they tempoed out, and I actually think that tool is quite important versus Rogue because they're going to be fighting you with 3-3 so often that being able to play a 3-3 and turn theirs into a 1-3, I think is a very valuable play that can keep forcing action from a Rogue opponent if that's the queue up for Planet Odd here. But remember that that marathon of a game, I'm guessing we got a few new viewers since then. This is a huge week for both of these teams.
Yeah.
If Team Love You Lots wins, they tie the match record in first place at 4-2 with 1 week left to go.
Right.
If Planet Odd wins, there is a 6-way tie for a 3-3 match record, and on the following week, the game score as a tiebreaker will make a difference.
Oh man, it's almost as if Surrender heard you. You kind of made a little PogChamp face. The fact that there might be a 6-way tie for second place is a huge deal, and that would leave only one team in first place, Team Liquid, and only one team in last place, Tempo Storm.
Yep. So here we go.
Make it exciting. I kind of wanted Planet Odd to take this here.
It is the Rogue, and they have Coin, and they have Firefly, and they have Backstab. But I am curious how much of this they want to keep. Considering they saw so much top end, I think that Backstab and Firefly do have a lot of merit because the Firefly just, once you take care of the first threat, sometimes Love You Lots is going to stumble. And so that Firefly is going to chip away for point after point after point.
Well, if you know that your opponent has early game minions, if you have a Backstab, you ensure that they have no early game stability. I guess what gets really scary is if you don't end up having good follow-up to Fireflies, you're just having 1-2s. So I like ditching the second one. And this is definitely a serviceable hand. If they draw anything between 3 and 5, though, I think it ends up becoming a pretty good hand.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is a big pickup. Look at Zalay's face. He can't believe it.
Oh, he can. He can. He's been on the receiving end of it several times, and that's exactly what they plan to do with this deck. And it's kind of like what we were talking about. They won't have a draw as bad as it got last game. That is almost the extreme example of a terrible draw.
This is an example of quite a good one, though.
Yeah, I can't tell. If you looked at this hand and said, well, this is pretty much a control deck, you would have just laughed.
Yeah, if you would have gone, by the way, there is Uther, the Curator, Ragnaros Lightlord, Primordial Drake.
Equalities.
Bone Mare.
Well, Bone Mare is believable.
It's when you combine all
Elder,
of them.
Peacekeeper, and Consecrations. It's just
Yeah, if you showed me the list and said, and Tyrion was in the mix, and you're like, by the way, Tyrion's not in here, I don't know if I'd believe you. I would pick Equality probably. Or Uther.
Right. So if we played a Curious Glimmerroot against this deck, I feel like we get it wrong.
Sometimes, yeah. If Tyrion was in there, we would snap get it wrong.
Oh, it's so funny. You play Curious Glimmerroot, you see like Tyrion, Equality, and like, Argent Protector.
They considered just pushing damage. I wonder if that was a feign or not.
You gotta stop the Cold Blood threat.
Well, playing it odd. Still some strong play here with the SI7 agent.
Yeah, they have SI7 agent to South Sea Captain. That's pretty good.
Dagger makes a lot of sense with the captain the following turn, though. And then you get to save
that also works.
The SI7 agent maybe to hit a War Leader or something like that.
Right. And you don't want your War Leader to get traded over into. But the 1-2-3 here from Love You Lots is really powerful. So much so that you could say it's turning this game upside down.
Yeah. And we're going to see if the War Leader and the Blessing of Kings can get it right side up. Zalay's facial expressions are just all over the place, though.
They tend to be going in one direction, and that's upwards. He's smiling the entire time. He's having fun because the deck is working out the way he wants it to. That is a big draw, though. Double backstab is usually not what you want to see, but when you're trying to stabilize against an aggressive start, that is exactly what you want to be seeing.
This can be problematic for playing it odd, though. I mean, they're spending a lot of cards just keeping Love You Lots' top-end deck at bay here. Eventually, they're going to be low on resources themselves. They need Bile Spine, they need Cobalt Scalebane, anything big to start delivering that big punch they need.
I think they'll be fine in the end because they have not only the SI but South Sea Captain. South Sea Captain is almost kind of like an SI7 agent in a way. It summons the 2/2 patches.
I played a lot of that in Druid when patches first came out.
That's kind of funny. Steward of Darkshire.
If only.
If only.
Patches, just wait a second.
Ooh, nice spot here from Surrender and crew to find a full clear. Utilizing the coin.
Yeah, this is a very strong play, and that 1/1 is still representing the 2 damage with the captain as well. So this is quite good, and Love You Lots is stumbling, and this turn could spell trouble for them.
This is actually the value of seeing Blessing of Kings early because they know that that's kind of an ideal 4-man in play. Let's tune in to Love You Lots and see how they'll play for this turn.
Yeah, it makes sense to me to just give it up. Like, who cares? Maybe it forces Dagger. Maybe it definitely forces trades.
So they used coin on both backstabs, so we shouldn't be expecting like backstab Vile Spine or something.
Right.
Like they're really hard to have 3 backstabs.
It's near impossible.
Turn 5.
Into consecrate.
Yeah, keep the 1-drop. That's it. Like, there's a decent chance I want to consecrate.
And you better trade, right?
Yeah, definitely. Double value trade. Like 1 or 2 HP on the SI doesn't matter.
You also need to be aggressive.
I think actually it was better for us if they played this than just your power pass because like for us it's better if they put on this card in hand than the tight collar on board there. So that's a pretty nice turn for us. Oh yeah, just Hydra and trade the 1 HP minions in.
We played 2 Eldars, but
yeah, but it's like we never hold on to it, right?
Elder last turn.
I think I probably played Aldor the turn before this one, like on turn 4. They had it.
I mean, it's the best play.
Death Rattle's nice too, right? Vine Shield's pretty
there's just good stuff. Like, Poison forces them to Dagger, technically. Fits the best. Alright, let's do it.
Aunt can't be targeted and 1/1.
So
I'm thinking 1/1's bigger.
1/1?
Yep.
Volcanic Might.
Is that adapteronis? Mm-hmm.
8 damage face.
I mean, there's still. Wait. Okay. I guess we can actually wait. We could still Cairn if we wanted to. Like the 5/4 doesn't really do anything.
But like if they get like bone mat targets and a steel target.
But you can still just like if it's steel, it doesn't trade into anything really. Like it doesn't trade into 8/8 still. It's only 7 attack, and we can fight spine the next turn. I'm fine with fight spine now. You can fight spine now if you want to. I'm just saying it's a consideration.
The 5/4.
I agree with everything.
Yes.
Okay.
It's what?
You know they're gonna have that one of the quality and the one of consecrate now.
I'm a sad gamer. Oh, it's Curator.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Menagerie, something about guest. Whatever.
Guest only, Zle. Guest only.
What Leeway dagger?
Is 13?
No, I mean just like Leeway into that dagger and trade the 1/2 into the 1/1s.
Okay.
I'm not don't go for that. I'm just saying we could consider it. I mean, it's a fine with this.
That seems fine.
Alternative is Cairn. If we can, do we trade with a 3 attack minions or with an 8 attack minion?
I
That
think
seems awkward. So we just Leroy? I like Leroy here.
So we deal 14 damage to him, he goes to 5. So if Primordial tracks, we're 1 off.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Do we ever ignore 1/1/1? Just like.
No. Because of Bone Mare.
I mean, that's Bone. I'm not sure if Bone Mare. I don't think you can play Bone Mare instead of this Bone Mare. The Bone Mare isn't the reason. But the reason would be equality potentially. So I'm fine with.
I'll tell you what, Dan, that Bittertide Hydra is looking a lot better than a Scalebane right now.
Yeah, the Cobalt Scalebane would not be able to put this much immediate damage. Kind of the same amount of damage if it spreads out across multiple threats. But Lovey Lots is in quite the pickle here. Primordial Drake will help them barely stabilize at 1 health. It will kill off the South Sea Captain and the Flame Elemental. The Hydra will trade in and there's 4 damage remaining. And then maybe, just maybe, you can come back with Bone Mare. Perhaps Quality and Consecration can help bail you out, but this is starting to look pretty bad here.
Yeah, this is looking really ugly. I'm trying to think of how they actually get back into this game, and I think Consecration.
Consecration is the only draw, I think.
I think it's about it.
No, even if they consecrate, they're still dead.
Consecration and multiple taunts.
Okay, so Stonehill Defender, Consecration.
Well, the Cairn's coming down this turn as well. Ooh.
There's an argument for Scalebane.
There certainly is. I mean, Scalebane plus the Steward of Darkshire. Planet Odd is going to give the nod to an Equality Consecration, it looks like, though. I don't know. I think I like the Steward of Darkshire and Scalebane better there. It's a little bit better use of the mana.
Firefly is also better against Tarim.
Oh, that's a strong one to think about. Yeah, too. Man, this is a weird deck. This is a lot of stuff to think about.
But it is a lot worse against Consecration.
Consecrator bust.
2 of them.
Oh! Zalay!
Wait, it's not over yet, though. Consecration and Stonehill needs a little extra change. You need a 2-mana minion or less off the Stonehill. They get it!
Wow. Frostwolf Grunt. Let's listen to Love You Lots. It looks like they still have hope in this game.
If we win this game, I am so done.
Please.
Yeah, no, it kind of looks winnable.
I have squelched. I have squelched.
You can't squelch in. Oh, you can. You can squelch and spectate.
Yep.
That's so overpowered.
I think 1-4 because it's just like less. Like if you bone mass attack, matters way less than the +2 health.
We
I think
play.
we go into 1-4 and play 3 and 5.
Yeah, because bone mass charge attack.
Yeah, it's if you just make a big bone, he just needs like 1 equality or 1 terrain this way.
And we trade a 1-4, right?
I think so, yes.
We are on street.
Wait. Are we ever dead?
No.
Like he has blessing. I guess he doesn't play True Silver, right? We
only need to pressing and 2 silver.
I think right with the 2-2. I'm scared. I'm scared of double blessing. I mean, we don't.
Really?
Do what you think. I just think it's more likely than that the HP on the minion matters, but do what you think. I'm fine either way.
Okay.
Steed?
So we cannot Uther, right?
Can Aldor Bone Mare.
I see Aldor Bone Mare. Yes, that's. They would have 4 on board. No, we die, right?
They only have.
We die if we do that. So, well, we have to trade in the Scale Bane, correct? Or are you saying you want to Bone Mare the Aldor, which is what we'd have to do there? That makes sense to me if we want to do that.
Yeah, so hold on. So if we bone mare this, Peacekeeper that, trade in.
I see Aldor the 7-1 and Bone Mare the Aldor and go face. And then if they can't kill everything,
Yes.
which we know they can't, we have
Yes.
lethal with Uther.
Yes, that's the out.
Okay. Well, let's sit and look for other things. We got time.
That's all I see here. Uther's dead. Kings is dead. It's the only play.
Alright. Aldor
So make sure you Bone Mare the
Bone Mare the
Aldor.
Bone mare the Aldor and
That's the important part.
hit him in the head. Okay. So.
Yeah.
Just sit on the 3-3. Okay. We would have looked like geniuses if we just went face with ignored the 1-1 from Valve. But I mean, yeah, this basically get punished if he trades and like plays other trons or whatever. Like if he trades this 1-1 into our 3-1 and plays Stonehill or whatever. So it doesn't do.
Planet Odd takes game 5 in what was a crazy close finish. There was actually an opportunity for Paladin to use Uther as just a 5 damage source to end the game. But Planet Odd was just able to get over the hump. And that is what a tempo rogue does best.
My gosh. I can't believe that with the turn 4 that Team Lovey Lots had, that they were even in that game. I mean, granted, they needed that consecration draw right then and there, and it's 1 in 8 to grab it at that spot. But holy smokes. Planet Odd squeezing out every single point of damage to make that final push towards the end. Bittertide Hydra played a big role in that too. The extra damage it pushed. The fact that it threatened the Primordial Drake the turn it came down. Cobalt Scalebane would not have done that, and in fact could have been a liability in that spot instead.
Yeah, and then also you kind of factor in how much damage the Bittertide did to the rogue itself. If it took 1 extra damage, you never know if they're able to push a little bit more and put just enough pressure. It goes both ways, man. All the small little damage points do end up making a huge difference.
Just chip
in
away,
the grand
chip
scheme
away.
of things. Yeah, for sure.
So now Team Lovey Lots is back on deck to counterback this rogue.
They have Shaman, they have Warrior, and we'll see. With Zolay, it kind of indicates that they're going to go the Shaman. But
yeah, it's been a deck that fights it fairly well.
Right.
J-Claws and J-Lightning are pretty good cards, but the Bittertide Hydra I am a little concerned with from Team Lovey Lot's perspective. They don't have a strong way to outright kill that card unless they already have board presence. Almost everything else in the deck can be answered straight up.
What I'm shocked about is that there's still a lot of innovation coming into within certain classes this late into the season. There's sometimes we see small tweaks here and there.
Speak of the devil.
Yeah, Lich King, of course, being one of them, and Jade
Jade
Chieftain and
yeah.
Shaman. Like, those are just like the small innovations that I see. In the end, the shell still stays the same.
This was the
That's an entire different way to just play Paladin. Even though it largely has a lot of the same core package, you replace the other half of the deck. When you're replacing 10 to 15 cards, that's a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, playing 4 cards is a big difference, honestly. It's like...
Yeah, 4 cards makes or breaks a lot of the percentages and matchups.
Yeah.
When you start replacing 6 to 8 cards, it's pretty much a different deck.
This opening hand from Planet Odd can get good with the right draws, but double Bone Mare is quite slow. And Team Love You Lot's going first means that unless Planet Odd can save the coin, they will have the first opportunity to potentially have a big play in this matchup. And so last week they played the same Jade Shaman list against Virtus Pro, but they didn't have to show it was Jade Shaman for like 3 games.
Right.
I wonder if Planet Odd knows that they were on that Jade Shaman, or it even speculates that. It's a tough call to make, and this hand is... I mean, this is looking like the Love You Lots Paladin hand number 1.
I think one backstab can really help turn it around, though, because Shaman doesn't exactly have a very good hand either. They don't have a Primal Fin, no Flame Tongue, no J Claws. So they're stuck here with power for the next 2 turns. And if Planet Odd can stabilize with SI7 Agent, maybe even a bigger Van Cleave, South Sea Captain, it's a completely different story. In fact, even daggering here is not bad on turn 2.
Oh. That can be quite good, but again, their hand's so clunky that the coin is just not very appealing. So I think dagger is probably right. Maybe 4/4 Edwin, it sneaks right under where Jade Lightning would be.
Yeah, I think because your hand is so heavy, I'm inclined to keep the coin in the very beginning, partially because of how heavy my hand is.
They're worried about
gonna
slipping
coin
away.
Van Cleef the turn before Jade Lightning can come out to play. Wow, this is really, really aggressive, and I kind of like it, actually. Let's go ahead and tune into the teams and see how Love You Lots is going to adapt to this.
Oh, it is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and we have like lightning and
we have good follow-up. Right. We're setting up.
But we
for
lose
better
the
thrall.
Doppelgangster Evolve on 6.
We do,
good
but
follow-up without.
I like what Muzzy's saying.
I just don't want them to like
Let's away.
Check my totem first.
Run away with the like a backstab SI, maybe.
Yeah, right now we're just not doing great on board.
Yeah, we're looking for like 3 health, 2 drops. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I think the evolve's very
I think it's good. Yeah.
Ew.
Well, there's a silver lining to this. You can cast Jade Lightning on a 1/2 and get it back.
We gave our
That's a
totems,
fact.
Give our totems some attack,
tested
and we gave some other.
Yeah, it's just what the card says.
Like Edwin always raised in the 3 attack minion, I'm pretty sure. But I think Patches does too.
Okay.
Past the pirate's code. I'm in charge now.
They trade our 3/2.
Lightning and clear.
Seems good to me. I mean, the portal should get better, I think. But we could make a lot of stuff that could get evolved.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
the upside of Portal is
Brawl.
upside of Portal's Thrall, and we could get like spell power
We could
as
get
well.
spell power.
If we Portal clear here, we have like 2 minions. We could just doppel next turn as well.
Right.
Better than lightning.
Well, we get to hold back the lightning, which is somewhat nice. They don't really have 4s, so it'd be a 1 and a 3.
This is what we're looking for.
Well,
Like-
yeah.
I kind of like holding back the lightning and portaling here.
All right, you want a totem portal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kill this guy. There.
Wait, are we killing this guy? Why are we killing this guy? Because the value trades are 0/2, or what?
That's what I was thinking. Like I was, rather than thralling next turn, I was thinking we could just doppel next turn.
Yeah.
Because if he just daggers this, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're doppling into stuff if they play stuff. If they don't play stuff, I love it, but...
Yeah, like, but we have a 1/1. They want to dagger this, like...
Yeah, and I guess if they kill the doppel, it's like, whatever. You know, it's a doppel. We don't have an evolve.
Top deck.
Maybe we just don't want to draw, like, Firefly or something here.
Yeah. I mean, they would have backstabbed by now. They had a Van Cleef, and they had a captain where they could have saved a lot of help on Van
They
Cleef.
didn't need to necessarily backstab the...
No, that was good last turn, right?
Lovey Lots going with a bunch of deviations, trying to see if they can set up Thrall Deathseer, and instead has stranded their Doppelgangster. I don't blame them. Planet Odd has been playing very slow, so it should give you room to have a lot of flexibility in your plays, but it hasn't worked out exactly how they imagined it.
Yeah, I am quite interested they saved the Jade Lightning. It does make sense if Planet Odd's playing slow to use the Maelstrom Portal first, but they keep more minions around if they just choose to Jade Lightning. Rather stronger minions around. Everything would have had power on board, and so the South Sea Deckhand would not have been a possible draw, but still requiring a lot of attention.
And in a very weird way, too, because like the way Planet Odd's hand has kind of played out, because they haven't been taking initiative and playing reactive, it's given them quite the powerful curve. They can full clear this board, set up Cairn for a Bone Mare the following turn.
Yep. That's a tempo play.
That's probably like the kind of curve setup in the mid stage of the game that will win them the game in a very similar way to the Paladin versus the Quest Warrior, where because Paladin had their best cards, they just had to stall long enough to get to that, and then like by all means, Bone Mare is probably one of the best cards in the Rogue deck, but getting to that point safely with a commanding lead is what you want to be doing, and you don't have a guarantee if you have both of them in your opening hand.
Yeah, and because of that, I quite like the Shadow Step here as well. Just continue to choke out as much of the board as you possibly can. Although there is some merit to holding on to the Shadow Step, seeing if you can trade the SI over something and then using it later on.
Yeah,
I
like
would prefer the favor of it right now, since if your opponent's playing a Doppelgangster as a tempo, something that smells a little bit fishy to me. I would tend to want to clear as much as possible.
Yeah, I have seen people get very greedy with their Shadow Steps. Like, oh yeah, I can Shadow Step Bone Mare. You have 2 Bone Mares. Like, what? Are you trying to win with 3 Bone Mare Battle Cry effects?
Sometimes that's what it takes. I mean, Love You Lots is actually in the position of trying to stall the game more than Planet Odd is as well.
Right.
I don't think that Planet Odd knows that, and because of that aggressive play is actually compounding the issue for Love You Lots. The fact that they've just been spending as much as they can ends up way better for them, I think, than they anticipate.
Yeah, and I mean, now it's easy for us to look with hindsight that Doppelgangster Evolve would have been much better in this position. But from Love You Lots' perspective, they wanted to fight for tempo, and Thrall Deathseer would have already gotten its Battle Cry, upgrading 2, maybe 3 minions.
Yeah, this is the other issue with using the Jade Lightning later, though, is that now the Jade's unramped. I mean, they would have found themselves with a Jade Spirit this turn and getting a 2-2 and a 2-3 instead of the clear there. So I don't know. It's really tough to say, I think. That early play on turn 4, I mean, that changes the entire scope of it if they go the Jade Lightning direction.
It's a brand new game.
Yep.
It's one of those things where you wish you had an ability to kind of analyze things from a sandbox perspective, but
we'll have to settle for the next best thing.
Yeah, passes in the past. Let's go ahead and listen into the teams, see what they're thinking.
Okay.
I mean, that one's big, so you can play it.
You can play that one.
Warriors, come out.
Oh, this Bone Mare's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Because of 12.
Yeah, I do that.
So many options.
So you still have 1 catch from them.
You just made an unintentional horse noise.
Yeah, I just thought to mention.
Yeah. I'm a horse gamer.
Okay.
So...
I want to like Corsair, Hero Power, Thrall.
I kind of want to doppel.
I was kind of thinking like...
What'd you say, Slay?
I was hoping to evolve my Doppelgangster next turn.
Here's what I'm thinking. we totem Corsair Doppel. We hope that they don't find the trades appealing, and we Spirit Deathseer, or we Flame Tongue Totem Deathseer, or something like.
Oh, you want a Spirit?
I don't think a 3-drop and a 3-drop is getting us there. So.
Well, if we go, yeah, I don't like the Thrall Deathseer either. The other thing we could do is go like Jade Spirit, Hero Power, Flame Tongue. Hope they take the trades. It gives us more time to draw towards an evolve.
They're gonna develop. I want to play the Doppel and the Corsair and a Totem in some order.
Okay. Do that.
I think they need to screw up at this point.
It was Kibler against me. He killed Shredder, and he got my totem, and that was like the only way for him as Shaman to not die to Hunter Hero Power. I lost that game because of it.
So we clear
Pretty
everything.
cool story, Bob.
How much damage do we have? So the most damage we have would be Hero Power into it 1-2 into the 0-5-2, go face with the 5-5 Shadow Step it. That is 10-18 damage, so okay. 10 damage off. Not even close.
Yeah, how do you trade this? I think we mirror the 1-2 and
I wonder.
Do we have a Shadow Step or other Bone Man, like trade into 2-2 and Shadow Step it?
oh, maybe.
If you do that, you might even play the new Bone Mare to like use our mana more efficiently, like we then play Dark Reaper this turn as well. Do whatever, I'm fine with both.
Yeah, they took the trades. Did buy us time. So we take our evolves, right?
Spirit Straw.
Yeah.
Is Spirit Thrall better than like a bunch of 3-drops?
Right, we could Firefly, Thrall, and then take 4.
It's a 6 and a 5, which I don't think's better than a lot more.
We would totem. It's 4 3s versus a 3, a 5, and a 6. What are the good 3s? There's really not much. Like, the 3s are pretty poor.
Scarlet Crusaders all across the board.
I mean...
What,
right.
5 and 6?
Despicable Dreadlord's a good 5, even though it doesn't do anything right now.
Doomguard.
I want the 5 and the 6.
I'm going Spirit.
Okay. Doomguard, Argent Commander. There we go.
Button.
Yeah, give me those.
Button screen.
We also can just get big taunts this way. The other way we can't get big taunts. Very average.
They're very bad because they just value trade.
Right.
I guess we bomber the Karen and trade.
Oh, really? I thought
fire.
About like. So one second, what if we just Bone Mare the 2-2, trade Kian and face into the 6-5 and go face?
Sorry?
We could Bone Mare our 2-2, trade Kian to the Fire Elemental, dagger down the Fire Elemental and just go face.
Just go pace everything?
I mean,
It's super vulnerable to devolve, right? There's not like been any good devolve. So, like,
but I still think we Bone Mare our 2-2. You can still trade everything if you want to. You can still trade everything if you want, but yeah.
What about this trade?
I like value trading.
Yeah, sure. Just because like Koi mentioned earlier that he was concerned about like trading too much, so I want to like say we could go face.
Well, I don't know how it's gotten to this point, but Team Lovey Lots is completely screwed.
Yeah.
They're just
the cavalry
there's
has
no
shown
way
up.
to beat around the bush. They're dead. 10, 15, 21, 25, 26. They're technically alive on board. And by that notion, they should, in all sportsmanship, play it out.
I mean, they are still pretty bone mared.
Ooh, I like that.
Little Firefly that could.
Come on, bro.
A sign of last game.
I think Zalae's body language says it all.
He looks quite jubilant.
Well, Zalae's usually a guy that's kind of standing up. He's a firm believer in, the health benefits of not sitting down for 8 hours a day playing Hearthstone. Instead, he likes to stand. In this case, he's taking it easy, lounging it up. He's sitting down, a rarity for many loyal Zalae fans.
Well, I think that there's no way out. I'm trying to think of just the absolute miracle draw, and there's just not one that's coming to my head. And that would mean that Game 6 is going to Planet Odd.
I mean, it's one of those things where even if Zalae could pick out a card from the collection, it'd have to be Yogg-Saron, and it'd have to do like ridiculous Pyroblast to the face type of things. And usually that just means that there's just absolutely zero way for them to win. That would be quite the tech, though. Imagine just putting Yogg-Saron in your Shaman deck.
It'd be for like 3 right now.
You actually can evolve a Yogg now because of the Snow Fury Giant.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There we go. Planet Odd, 4-2 lead. They have broken serve with their Tempo Rogue.
Yeah.
And are 2 games away from clinching a decisive week number 6 here. And that decisive week 6 is very important to their tiebreaker score.
That's right. Planet Odd would be 3-3, evening it up and putting a 6-way tie for second place, which is kind of what you want to see for a dramatic Week 7 finish. One of the worst things that could happen, at least for entertainment's perspective, is Week 7 matches not even mattering if one group of teams is so far ahead of another.
Yeah, all the players are incentivized to still try as hard as they can, as there's, I believe, differentials between from 1st through 8th as far as prizing is concerned, but that standing is just nuts how it's come up in the middle. And for Team Love You Lots, it's actually quite important that they closed a series decisively. Say they drop this week and then next week it's a close match, that could put their tiebreakers in danger as well.
Yeah, but if we can agree on one thing, is that Team Liquid is doing very well. 8 games, +8 is a very good score to separate yourself from the pack.
Oh, yeah.
And Devil Storm is exactly the opposite side of the pendulum. They're at -9. Definitely not good. But for everyone else in the middle, it is quite the struggle. It's Team Liquid in first and everyone else in second.
And now Muzzy, the lone pilot for Team Love You Lots. He's got to get the job done with Rogue and Warrior.
He's got one good deck to do it. Rogue is definitely a powerful deck, and its win rate is climbing this week. It seems like Rogue's definitely pulling its weight, getting a couple of wins in a row for multiple teams. And now we get to see if Muzzy can add to that by first taking down his opponent's Rogue. Or perhaps the Team will decide to mix things up with their own Warrior of some kind.
Yeah, I'm curious. I mean, Warrior has a lot of different archetypes it can be. But I would imagine that Taunt Warrior or some sort of N'Zoth Warrior just makes sense for the way their lineups panned out. That being said, they did just queue up Shaman into Rogue rather than like a strong defensive Warrior deck. So I think this is quite troubling. I mean, ideally, they queued up their best matchup into Rogue, and it lost. So what's their second best, and then what's their third best? Ugh. I don't know. That sounds really tough. Team Love You Lots, they're in bad shape.
It's not over yet. I mean, I've been playing pretty much the 2 decks I play the most right now on ladder. I don't have too much time these days, but the 2 I've been playing most is Rogue and Shaman. And when I do lose a lot with Shaman, I just feel like Rogue can beat anything, and a lot of times find ways to set up opportunities to win, even if you feel like you're out of the game.
Yeah.
And a large part has to do with the fact that it's so explosive.
It definitely has those openers.
Right. It has unbeatable. Sometimes it has unbeatable hands with Kel'Seth, or even just like a very good curve into Scalebane. And then sometimes you just have ways to extend the range of your deck because you have things like Bone Mare to really give you longevity into the mid-game stages of the game.
That being said, Team Love You Lots has the worst win rate with Rogue throughout Trinity series thus far.
For now.
Yeah. They've mixed it up a lot. I mean, they've played very early game defensive versions. They've played the Blaze Caller versions with the Tolvir Stone Shapers. It just hasn't really gone their way. They haven't really gotten anything rolling with that deck.
I mean, you also made a comment that you feel like people have, in Trinity series specifically, and also just the general populace, have actually been playing Rogue suboptimally.
I do agree with that. Yeah,
and and to be fair, it's a very hard deck for relative to its normal other tempo cousin decks. Right, a lot of other tempo decks are fairly straightforward. Murloc Paladin, for example. Come on, there's not really much to do if you just have like 1, 2, 3 Murlocs, but there's a lot of ways you can utilize very interesting combat tricks like Shadow Step, and how like the timing of what you'd use your patches, for example, in Rogue. That alone could be just a huge difference maker.
It's something that's important to note for I think Tempo Rogue specifically is that when you have the above-average hands or the nigh-perfect hands, of course anyone can win with those. That's not really an issue with it. You play powerful cards in a row. It's when you have the average hands or the slightly below-average hands, and you can end up winning those games anyway. That's really, to me, the mark of players who play aggressive decks very well, is they know what to do when their hand is less than ideal.
Yeah, a lot of players don't care about that. they just usually care more about being able to hit a certain rank. Like, you want to care about hitting rank 5, so you generally try to play the best deck to increase your odds, even if you don't play 100% optimally. But when you're playing in this tournament, every single game that you can get and squeeze out matters a lot, because game differential will be the tiebreaker. And it seems like the way things are trending, we're gonna need a lot of tiebreakers to see who's gonna go 1 through 4.
That's right. I mean, potentially the difference between a chance at winning first place in the tournament and not going at all. That one game could do it.
And we've even seen the differences in this series alone. Remember that Paladin versus Rogue game? 1 extra damage being squeezed out.
Oh my. And this is a big offset now for Team Love You Lots. I mean, Warrior and Control Warrior specifically, non-taunt Warrior Control, can be quite strong versus Rogue, as you have a lot of ways to sweep boards. Keleseth not only exacerbates that issue because the Whirlwinds aren't as strong, but the Shadow Step on it now makes every single minion +2. And that is a big problem for Team Love You Lots.
Yeah, particularly because Planet Odd has not drawn their patches yet, or played any Pirate.
I mean, what draw in their deck is bad right now? I'm thinking Cold Bloods.
Oh my goodness! Sorry, it's just been. you know, it's like kind of funny when the number on the health and attack are so big, it doesn't even fit in the bubble anymore, and you just see these 2 10-10s, and it's like, wow, that's a 10 out of 10 right there.
Remember that muggle at the beginning in the tutorial?
Jeez, I don't know. It was so big at that point. Kind of intimidated me for a second. Just the Bitter Tide just showing up as a 10-10. Now, it doesn't matter in the face of an Execute, but Team Love You Lots is going to need a lot more help if they're going to try to stave off this Rogue. Now, if there's one class that can do it that's irreverent of stats, Warrior tends to be it. Brawl and Execute don't really care too much about your stat lines, but things like Sleep with the Fishes and Whirlwinds do.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that dynamic ends up playing out for this game.
I think a lot of it depends on if Planet Odd keeps picking up their big ones. You know, if they draw a bunch of Fireflies, they draw Swashbucklers and stuff, that could be a problem. But if they draw, their SI7 agents and their captains, I think they're in quite a favorable spot.
Ooh, Acolyte's a pretty interesting draw, too.
I think you got to go with this right now, right?
Oh, yeah, you need to get greedy. You recognize that your opponent got the nuts, at least the nuts opening, which is Keleseth Shadow Step. And now you have to find an opportunity to strike back.
Weak turn for Planet Odd here.
Yeah, this is the weakest turn that they'll have in the game, because it seems like they're going to have powerful turns back-to-back with Bitter Tide and Cobalt Scalebane lined up and ready to go.
Now, I mean, that being said, the Execute is going to be quite a big blow to Planet Odd in this spot. I mean, they need to really deliver damage here and find a spot for Leroy. If the game goes on too long, Love You Lots is going to fully recover that spot.
Right, and here's another question. Do you just let the Acolyte draw cards, or do you just kind of take this turn a little bit slow?
I'm glad I'm not in Planet Odd's position, I'll put it that way.
Because I hate the idea of Cold Blood having to trade into an Acolyte of Pain. It's just because it's just not what you want to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, ideally,
I think it is the right call, considering that there's a huge punish with Blood Razor.
I agree. I think ideally Planet Odd just finds a spot to repeat damage with a minion, whether that's Cobalt Scalebane or the Bitter Tide Hydra.
Right.
That's their goal.
And now, even without the Acolyte synergy, Razorblade is a really powerful card to try to set up for the Executes.
Grenades, Razorblades?
Sorry, I meant Blood Razor.
I don't know, but it's about to shave the legs of this Flame Elemental.
Look, we're coming up on hour 7 or hour 8 of the broadcast. I'm going to mess up a couple of words here and there. But, no, you're totally right.
Eminem reference.
Great brain reference. Brain fart.
10-10. When a minion attack represents a Pyroblast, and you just go, kill it, Execute,
Yeah, it's just so funny that Execute used to be 1 mana, and we thought that, like, man, that's just so, like, normal. Actually, if I could take it aside, Execute was one of the most, like, there's been a lot of nerfs that have been very controversial in Hearthstone, and some definitely were overkill in hindsight, and we can definitely revert some of those. But one nerf that I felt like was really good was Execute, go to 2 mana, because its win percentage actually went up, ironically enough, even though it got nerfed. But its usage rate obviously went down.
Yeah.
So that's actually a really good effect. And that's one of the few I feel I can think of. A lot of other nerfs definitely could be revisited.
I mean, now it doesn't even die to your Geists now.
Yeah. The long con. You can definitely put it in so that Skulking Geist doesn't eliminate it.
Go ahead and listen to Love You Lots. We're approaching that part of the game where things can get awfully tough.
Looks good to me. We could have played our Mountain Fire first to avoid backstab, but
No, there isn't a way, right? Because the fishes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah. I thought
we could kill our own 4/3 and look really stupid. That's always a play, Zalay. Jeez.
It's an option.
Stop shutting down my creativity.
Bone Marrow.
Huh.
We could Direhorn.
Well, we could man up and kill it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking if we
I'd rather kill it later.
If we Direhorn, they trade or something, then we can Garrosh.
Well, they can Vile Spine and hit us in the face. That's what I'm thinking. I want to man up and kill it personally. We go to 20. We have a shield block, a taunt. We have an insane weapon up.
Okay, so if we play like if we play Hatchling
armor. That's all I'm saying. Well, you can slam it, but
we could slam Hatchling if they Vile Spine it, and we
Garrosh and hit the Vile Spine. Yeah, I see what
If
you're
we
saying.
slam, all we have to do is draw 1 day. Yeah. Slam is bad.
Okay.
So you want to slam?
Yeah, no, I see it.
I want to
yeah.
slam the 7/7.
I'm just thinking if they bone marrow the bone marrow. Like, that's my thought.
Yeah.
But they're always going to bone marrow 1, I guess.
So
Okay.
hold on. Slam the 7/7 this turn.
Yes.
That's what we're thinking.
Okay.
We're hoping to draw 1 damage, and in the worst case, we Scourge Large Garage. Things at least. Unless
Then
they
it
both
draw 1 damage. So now we Direhorn and face. They bone marrow this. It's gonna go. Yeah, well, it's gonna go to 2, and then back to 6. Yeah, it really sucks, but.
Okay.
Yeah, but I want to go face. Oh.
But we never backstep now, right?
No, I want to wild spine and then go all face.
Okay.
Then go all face V-Dagger.
Face.
Ow. Okay.
7. Scourge.
This is.
So we Garrosh, punch the Swashbuckler, trade. Like we could.
I mean, that's.
Yeah.
That's what I see.
Meets ashes.
Send the Leroy.
Had a good draw this game.
What?
Had a good.
Rogue gets there again, and its win rate is finally equalizing to what we come to expect. But when you're seeing Shadowstep and Kel'Seth come together, that's kind of what happens. And it was actually kind of due for it to happen too, because Planet Odd had a couple awkward draws the game before. He saw the double Bone Mare with Cairn in the opening hand.
Yeah.
That's the bad end of it, and it still won.
Yeah, I know.
And then you see the double Kel'Seth, of course, that's when they win too.
3 games in a row.
And now they're on 1 game away from securing the match and putting themselves in the best position they can prior to today for Week 7.
I just want to point out, if Planet Odd could win 3 in a row with Rogue, The same thing could just happen for Team Love You Lots. They could just put up their wins as well. The problem is they have to get through the Rogue first, and now they're out of counterplay.
Well, I mean, that's 50-50, assuming, they're playing the same decks.
If they're not built for the mirror, maybe they focus on something else.
No, it's clearly not built for the mirror if they're going to go Warrior first.
That's what I would say. I think Warrior has an okay matchup in that, and against it. It's just that the Keleseth, Shadow Step Keleseth offsets all of your Whirlwind effects. It even offset the Scourge Lord Garrosh that game. The extra damage from the patches, and then the Bone Mare was 1 health above being killed by the Scourge Lord Garrosh weapon that game. Frostmourne. Is it Frostmourne? No.
Shadowmourne.
Shadowmourne, that's the one.
Yeah, Frostmourne is the weapon from the Lich King.
That's right.
Well, looks like we're going to go to Rogue Mirrors. You saw a little shot of Muzzy. Looks like he was browsing the subreddit. I recognize that sidebar anywhere.
I don't.
Of calendar of events that never happen anymore. Shout out to the Reddit mods, by the way. I hung out with them at BlizzCon. They put a lot of time in it. I know people complain about, mods in general, but I think they put a lot of time and effort. Sometimes they go unnoticed.
Yeah,
and they're volunteers at the end of the day. Come on.
Exactly. And that was, to me, was the big thing.
It's like, geez, what else do you want them to do?
Speaking to them at BlizzCon, they were just so passionate about building out a spot to where you could just share information. And you can read funny posts, and you can share your experiences with other people.
Yeah,
I mean, that's really what
allow you to whine for the time about how expensive each expansion is.
Yeah, and
there's a lot more moderation, but in general, they definitely are very hands off, which is, or I guess like let people speak their minds and debate stuff. Anyways, going back into Rogue versus Rogue, we have Team Love You Lots on their last life here. And if they lose this, that is it for the series. We finally get to the finish line. So not only will Planet Odd be able to convincingly take a series and add to their game score count and even it up for 6 teams, Admirable might make his check-in time for Southwest.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. A-list.
That's right. Admiral's on the A-list.
I mean, I fly like every week.
Yeah,
Trinity.
That is a requirement to get him in here.
It's a good start for Planet Odd. Now, Coin really does offset a lot of stuff, but I think this is the kind of opening draw for Planet Odd that can be troublesome for Love You Lots. There's just lots of early stuff, and one big tempo spell could completely change the landscape here.
Yeah, but I do think that Tar Creeper is at its best specifically in this spot when you're trying to go for early game board storm, and look at the assortment of 3-mana cards. You're talking about a sampler size. This is exactly what you want to see. It's kind of got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I wonder if they're playing Counterfeit Coin ever with this many 3-drops in here. Because going first and being able to play a turn 2 3-drop and then a 3-drop right afterwards is quite an impactful thing. I always thought the coin was in there to emulate the Vile Spine turns. But something I noticed is that almost every single rogue that plays Counterfeit Coin has an extra 3-drop somewhere.
Well, you have to account for what's your best, your opponent's best 3-mana play. So usually it's just straight up South Sea Captain because it's 5 stats or 5 of stats, and then you try to answer your opponent with your own 3-mana play. So South Sea Captain on their own initiative is good. So I was thinking either Tar Creeper or Van Cleave. Tar Creeper just introduces the best roadblock to the patches, which is probably the biggest reason why I liked it.
Thing about it is the Edwin is the most situational card in hand right now.
Okay, I like that.
It presents a very similar effect to the Tar Creeper, which it's going to require attention to protect the captain here. So I quite like the Van Cleave.
Yeah, no, you're completely right. And also it leaves a 1/2 for the patches to trade into as well.
That's right.
So that's a very good spot from Love You Lots. And now they have an upside of something even better. But at the same time, again, squeezing out every single bit of damage is going to be important. So maybe Love You Lots takes it slower and doesn't sub to the captain this turn.
I mean, the captain's just so good, right?
It's really good, but it also has the same relevance next turn. And then you could develop, say, Shaku instead.
This backstab, I think, is reserved for the Vile Spine Slayer.
You're right.
Given this situation right here.
Completely tunneled in on the backstab this turn. And the Vile Spine Slayer sitting there in the shadows as well. I mean, this is an example.
Cyril of the Swashbuckler! That's a card you sometimes just play in this deck.
True. I do think that's going to sit in it's going to be on the bench for the Cobalt Scale Banes, but it's definitely a good backup.
Yeah, let's go ahead and listen to Team Love You Lots. We're approaching those key turn 5s where they want to take control.
So they have Hydra and they have Scalebane. Backstab Vile Spine is nutty against both. The Shaku.
Shaku's better.
So say you want to play it into Bone Mare. Okay. Yeah.
Shaku's better. And say what? Go ahead.
What I dislike about Tar Creeper is if they want to go like backstab. I don't have a belt. I was worried about backstab Scalebane. It doesn't really make
I don't
sense.
think they have stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
Like the Tar Creeper's good
I
now.
like the Tar Creeper.
Tar Creeper's good now. Later, like really late, it can be good, but
We have Lich King for really late.
Yeah.
As far as saving us, so this blocks damage, which lets us play more liberally in the mid game. If they had a 5, they would jam it because it's the least likely turn to get Bile Spines.
We're looking good.
And they traded nice. It was actually bad for us if it hit the 1-1. All right.
If we didn't coin the 3, we'd just be dead at this point.
Yeah.
What's the fray here?
What about deck and Scalebane pass, not attack? Nah, probably not. Probably just Scalebane pass.
Yeah.
You we never Slayer here, right?
No, I don't like Slayer. Like, we could play the deckhand to force him to dagger since it's a 4-1, but then we lose our combo potential.
I like Slayer here.
I wonder.
Because
they are
Shadow Step.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they can, yeah, fine. So the Slayer, we have a bone mare target.
Okay, go for it.
So they're gonna get a bone mare.
Yep. So Shaku SI. We could
And
SI the 3/4 and trade the 2/1 in.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do as well. Soleil?
Yep. Next turn we can kill the bone mare target if it has to trade into our Tar Creeper.
Yep.
We can Zarya and Agent. You like it?
I'm thinking.
So if they bone mare next turn, do we have?
Yeah, we have to do that. Like if we bone mare, if we bone mare, they play their own bone mare. That's so bad. Like we bone mare, then they still trade us. I guess if we bone mare, we would just pass, not even attack. But nah.
So you play 4-3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what we can.
So many wonderful poisons.
Nah. No point in playing that now. And do the trade. Actually, would you ever get punished for going crazy? Probably. Just don't know how yet.
Well, we can clear.
We could, but do we want to? We could just set up another Tar Creeper, right?
Okay.
Firefly, SI, Tar Creeper, go face. Well, in that case, we would go face first, obviously.
I actually do like that a lot.
I like that more. Like, the Shaku is annoying. Like,
Okay.
He was in this box.
It's an Aya.
Not bad. Alright, so how do you want me to position around, like, stuff? So Tar Creeper far right, Firefly to the left of Shaku, and SI far left?
It's just Betrayal, right?
Yeah. So that's...
Yep.
So this goes here. Tar Creeper far right. Okay. So they're down to 1 Battle Spine, so Lich King could be pretty powerful.
Right.
Playout has a double Toxin in their hand. That Zeril from the Poison Mind gave him a couple of really nice cards for a combo, but they don't have board initiative, and something that Lovey Lots did really well. And one thing that stuck out to me is their timing on the Shaku, because a lot of people, myself included, really like getting it down early because you never know if you want to open up your options with the card that you get. But it seemed like they were timing it to threaten Bone Mare and really make Planet Odd change their game plan, because obviously they want a Bone Mare.
Yeah.
So when you have like a stealth minion on 6, or sticky minion like Karen, it significantly impacts your opponent's decision making. That's a really cool lesson I learned.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, pro tip for everyone at home who plays Shaku. Time it for the right matchup.
Right.
Against Rogue Mirror matches, that means into their Bone Mirror turn.
It's something that is very, subtle. And they had the luxury of doing that. Sometimes you don't because, it's turn 3, the only card you have in your hand is Shaku. Yeah, play it.
This is an interesting turn. I actually don't think that they're supposed to attack into this Tar Creeper. I think this is a liability to attack it. Wow. Oh my gosh, a huge draw for Love You Lots. And I think that's gonna crack this game wide open.
I don't think. I mean, it's beyond cracked open thing. I think this one's they're stick a fork in them. They're done.
They've begun the feast.
Yeah, they're toast.
That's funny to me. However, the dagger does represent a kill onto the Bone Mare, so yeah, just clear the board and how does Planet Odd come back? Two Briar Thorns from the Zerael as well. +3 attack is one of the worst ones in this matchup.
Well, and just in this situation, if you have a lot of small things on the board, like Fireflies, even have a Tar Creeper, sticking a Briar Thorn is actually really useful. Not in this situation, though.
Oh, that's ugly. Yeah, when you can't kill Shaku, that's when things get a bit tricky. So here we go. It's the Edwin.
Yeah, and honestly, this is still a pretty big board. 8-5 and an 8-8. That's a heck of a turn, but this is all in for Planet Odd, and if they can't make this work, that's it.
Yeah, make that an 11-8, by the way.
Sorry, you're right. It's a ton of stats.
Oh.
32
Stuff to get in the way. Let's go ahead and listen to Love You Lots and hear how they're feeling about this attack.
Hush it up.
Got Huckster. So now Shaku can attack. Do we want to kill the...
I mean, I want to play the Lich King because they need to rip Vile Spine, right?
Yeah, so
and I probably want to kill that 8-5, I think.
Yeah, so Shaku first.
Venom weapon.
Oh,
actually.
Well, I still think I like Lich King, but
I don't.
You want to Envenom Chinging?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Choose soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they are just out of stuff, so.
I think their one way would be to Luck or Sack a Vile Spine
Vile
here,
Spine.
and if we play Lich King...
Well, we would still be able to Envenom, do the same thing next
yes,
turn. Was my
but
thought.
we'd lose a Tar Creeper.
We'd lose a Tar Creeper, I see, yeah. Well,
We win this game convincingly without even.
Well, they can have like Lich King or something crazy, right? No. Good.
Yeah. So do you want a Lich King or Aya?
We can play out the Aya and the Huckster, right? We don't have to show the thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's important, sort of.
So Huckster, Aya, Cold Blood.
The 1/1.
The 1/1.
Want to do the Tar Creeper?
Nah, I like the 1/1 and just go all face. Sound good?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I want to go all face. I want to Cold Blood something.
Okay. So...
Oh, we haven't shown Cold Blood, actually. I mean, a lot of people run it, but...
I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I give up.
Okay. So now we probably need to beat Mage.
Team Love You Lots fighting for the tiebreakers. They kind of resigned the fact that maybe they have to face their hardest deck yet. However, it's never over till it's over, and there's definitely chances for comebacks, especially if you're able to have a decent draw every game. And we also know the explosive potential of Keleseth. So Team Lull gets a very crucial victory. And if they go in and win one more and drop, then going down 6-4 is a lot better than 6-2. I mean, it just helps you improve your tiebreaker that much more.
Yeah, the tiebreaker is still an important pass for them. Something else to note is that Shaku always offers that very strong potential to just grab an extra card and also present the tempo threat. Again, the timing of that card is super paramount. If your opponent can't kill it and you can get another priority threat alongside of it, that's when your opponent can really struggle, is you have the Shaku threatening value or you have another bigger minion threatening a lot of damage.
All right, well, its score is currently 6-3 in Game 10 that will be coming up shortly. When we return, we'll find out whether or not Planet Odd can close out the series or will Team Love You Lots keep it going.
You guys seeing this?
Game, record, and stream without compromise. Only on Intel Core i7.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Intel Esports Arena live with the Trinity Series Season 2, regular season, week number 6. My name is Frodan. I'm joined by That's Admirable, and we are currently knee-deep, or maybe even a little bit further in, to the series between Planet Odd and Team Love You Lots. Game 10 coming up here. What will Planet Odd choose to kill the Rogue with? Mage has been a very popular choice, and if we're in Planet Odd's position, we want the best deck possible to keep the tiebreaker as low as we can for the other team.
Every win is vital at this point, and every loss is going to matter. If Planet Odd takes this set, it is a 6-way tie in match record for second place.
Yes.
Every game
goes first,
is going to matter.
Second, eighth.
Feels bad.
Yeah.
And it's all up to Muzz. He needs to win 3 straight games with Rogue after the win he just picked up. But if there's a guy who can do it, I would say it's the #1 points earner in the Americas region.
Yeah. Often touted as one of the best, if not the best player in his region, alongside Amnesiac, Zalay, and a few others. Yeah. Planet Odd, of course, has the spring champion on your screen. It is Hoy from Denmark. His teammate Surrender from Korea also did his part. He won 3 in a row.
Yep.
I mean, it's all a team effort in the end, but a lot of times we've been seeing today where they take so long to decide. It kind of is up to the player and how they want to take the lines.
Yeah.
And Surrender navigated some turns very skillfully, in my opinion.
And it's really, I mentioned Muzzy and being the #1 points earner, but it's really hard to ignore the rest of the accomplishments of all the players here. Sixo's been incredibly consistent throughout his career. Surrender, in my opinion, the best South Korean player, and won the Summer Championships as well. Hoy, as you mentioned, Spring. Zalay was #2 points earner this year in Hearthstone Championship Tour, and I believe he was #1 last year as well. And
and those are both good enough for pats on the back.
Yeah, and Chalky is the 6-0 of Team Love You Lots. Very consistent throughout his career.
That's quite the compliment.
It is, yeah. I mean, they have a lot of tournament earnings under their belt.
Yeah, 6-0 is widely considered to be a top 10 player in the world by many people, and we'll see if, this Control Paladin coming out here?
It's the Forbidden Healing Doomsayer Wild Pyro Murloc Paladin.
Yes.
Yeah. See, this is more like the Panda Express of the Paladin decks we were talking about. You know exactly what you're getting with a Control Paladin.
No, come on. Control Paladin is for the fine gentlemen who like to dine at very luxurious places. It's like it's more like Tau. If you,
I don't know. What
I
that
guess
is.
you don't know. You don't know. Okay, well,
what is that?
It's like a more high-end Asian fusion cuisine place. Very expensive.
How much more high-end does it get than PFJs?
Yeah, I'll take you to some places here and there, Honorable.
Yeah.
If you can have a choice. Make your flight and go home to your very nice house in the North Bay, or you can have dinner with me at PF Chang's.
I'd like to go home. I have some sleeping to do before I
Well, it's
fly
a one-time
right back
offer.
here.
I'm never offering.
Never offering again. And that's a sign, I think, to Love You Lots of what's going on in this matchup.
Yeah, hero power pass.
These are some eyebrows raised moments here. And the captain joins the hand. I mean, I see a hungry crab waiting, talking about going to dinner.
Yeah, you can see his claw pincering in wait, right? He's looming in the shadows or right behind the vines. He's even drooling at the opportunity at taking that captain and eating him for dinner.
Maybe it's just me, but I don't think that a pinkish, purplish, lavender-colored crab is hiding that well.
Yeah, I never said he was doing a good job.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he was.
But somehow it works.
Yeah.
You never see it.
Yeah. Do you think this Galactic Crawler's a lefty?
Ooh, I mean, that's a big left claw.
Supposedly, if you do a lot of manual labor, whatever hand you're dominant with is the smaller one because of all the stress and the tension. So if you're right-handed, your right hand tends to be smaller than your left hand.
Is that true?
Just slightly, very slightly.
Ah, you're right, actually. I'm comparing my hands right now.
Just slightly. It's just like one of those interesting things. I learned that in Sherlock. Sherlock would never lie to me. 6-6 Van Cleave coming out here from Love You Lost to Tempo. The Paladin, if they don't have the Elder Peacekeeper, they can't answer it immediately.
Well, yeah, you can tank it. It's just
I said answered easily. 18 damage.
Yeah, this can get awfully painful for Planet Odd.
Yeah, double weapon draw is not what you want to be seeing early on. The Doomsayer can buy them some health and time, but it doesn't seem like it's going to go off.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm in the business of using Holy Light at the moment, but maybe I am.
I mean, taking 18 damage is only okay if you feel like you can recover from that position. They do have Consecration if their opponent goes wide with like Fireflies and whatnot, and like small patches.
It's a tough sell for me to take 18 or to wait, because if they wait, the board's going to get even bigger, and they're probably still going to be forced to take a lot of damage.
Here's an interesting thought, though. If Planet Odd plays Rattling Blade and takes 18, and they let their opponent put them down even further with Southsea Captain, they have Doomsayer Galactic Crawler or like Galactic Crawler Hero Power on the following turns as well.
They're going to favor the Doomsayer, it looks like, and this also opens up the True Silver Consecration if they took that route. So maybe they just take 12 from this, but let's go ahead and listen to Love You Lots. This looks like a pretty easy clear to me.
It's weaker to Pyro quality, but it's...
It is, but you do not have that, ever. By the way, Pyro quality doesn't kill our patches.
Wait, are you sure?
Positive. Oh, jeez.
Didn't they, like, change interactions? I don't know if that changed this interaction.
I don't believe it changed this one, but you're right, they did change interactions.
Clock, huh?
Reporting for duty.
SI double trade.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll get over it.
It's okay, we have a lot of time in this matchup. We've got the Vile Spine, we just need to find a way to activate.
I guess equality. Ooh, wait. I think that's better than Wedding Blade. I'm not sure.
I think like it's fine to kill it.
Yeah.
Because like this is always going to be good against other things.
Okay.
But
I just think if you play now, it kind of kills the SI as well.
what if they have Shadow Step?
Yeah, okay. Actually, Shadow Step is...
Also, if we go Wedding Blade Hero Power, we can kill we can clear the board against the 5/5 with Consecrate.
Yeah, do Wedding Blade. Like, so that's right. We shouldn't just concede to Shadow Step here.
Reporting for duty.
So, Scalebane.
Scalebane trade?
Yep.
Seems to be the play.
You are not welcome here.
Did they play this matchup ever?
I don't know. I mean, we're not out of the woods yet, obviously, but...
No, I'm not saying we are, but I'm saying we played this
I'm like
matchup.
preemptively tilted that they queued this or put Galakas in the deck in the first place, I guess. I mean, I guess you run the Galakas. They're kind of just good right now, but it does not make the matchup good.
I wonder.
Consecrate.
Like if you place like a 1-drop and play Wild Spinslayer.
Then we can Consecrate and Aldo the Bite Spine.
Bone Mare.
If you Consecrate here, they're just like... then they can definitely Bone Mare on turn 7, because then they just have a free turn to play anything.
You can go True Silver Elder next.
I want to play Cairn, hope... Like, if they kill it, then we... With White, then we Consecrate it, Aldo. If they don't kill it, then we just...
Damn it. I like killing the...
Cairn. Like, Cairn is definitely better, but do whatever. I was thinking my play when I was piloting, so I'm fine if you think it's different. And,
yeah, kill the 6-2.
Yes.
Yes.
I think I'm fairly sure that, like, against Fight Span into... if they have Fight Span into a...
Wait, do we want to clear?
That'd be the question. If they steed this, it is a bitch.
Well, we have...
Sets up lethal.
Well, not if... Yeah, it sets up lethal if they can't interact.
No, it doesn't sound lethal. What am I doing?
If they steed, they get the 2/6 after we Vile Spine, right? And they get...
I kind of want a Vile Spine.
Wait, what if we just Scalebane and Faced? Why is Steed good then, right? We Dagger, Backstab, Vile Spine, hit them for 8, they go to 5.
That'd be weak to quality stuff.
Why? We're always weak to quality stuff. If we trade out, we're even weaker.
So
I want a Vile Spine, a Taunt, not a Yeti.
Yeah.
Like,
so Scalebane, do you want to play Firefly?
No, don't play the Firefly. We need them to trade into an 8/5, right? That's the point, I think. Like, they steed. Six. Oh, we could have.
What do you mean? I mean, you could consecrate trade into one and then Aldo the other one, that's what I'm saying. Then we have a 4/5 and a 3/3 against the 1/5.
And then if you play Bone Mass, you're gonna get a 5/9.
Then they get
Trade.
a 5/9, but then we can steed.
But the Steed trade's so bad now.
I wonder.
I'm saying like, you can steed next turn after he bone mares. If you consecrate Aldo now. Right?
Must move quickly.
So we have like 9 attack then. Yeah, do consecrate.
Just consecrate.
It works out.
Buff them, right? You don't gonna do the value trade, right?
No, don't do the value trade. Kill the big. Like, yeah, look at our HP. Yeah, like if you bone mass now, it goes to 7. So, oh yeah, you said 9, and I said 9, but took 2 from consecrate, so it's 7.
Fine now, suddenly.
So if we go Backstab, SI, Cold Blood, Firefly, hit him in the head, and they play Tyrion.
I like that the most, I think. Something like that. How do we want to play this Firefly, if at all? We kill them through Tyrion this way is the thought, right? We push 5, we push 7.
We could also Backstab the...
I want to kill the Aldor, yeah. I don't want to kill the 4/5.
Yeah.
It does nothing more than the 3/3.
Yeah. So Backstab.
So Backstab 3/3. We're gonna dagger it. We're gonna Cold Blood our guy. We're gonna SI face. And we could play 1 Firefly, but I don't know if I like that. This way they have no value trade with their guy. But yeah.
I like the Firefly.
Okay. I mean, I don't dislike it. I don't see any reason why it's strictly bad.
Play.
Yeah.
Like better against Terran.
Makes them feel safer. Yeah, it's better against Terran. That's quite
It's not like saving it helps us. I don't care about them.
Wow, this game has been nuts, Dan.
Yeah, but this game has been very enjoyable to watch if you're really into technical Hearthstone because both teams have had many chances to make an immediate, obvious play the first thing that stands out to you, but it doesn't lay a good foundation for the future turns. Every single turn, they've thought about an immediate, obvious play that we picked up on, and then they immediately think of a better line with some subtle nuances of like, this sets up for better turns if they play this, and also because we can plan out our future mana like this. It's been an excellent game, in my opinion, but the best played game of the day.
I mean, playing it odd, maybe reading this as no Vile Spine at this point. There have been so many good opportunities to Vile Spine.
Yeah, I've been wanting Vile Spine for a long time. I've been wanting to set up Spiker Steve for a long time.
And look at this. Still, they're patient and they wait. And this was a great setup in the face of a Vile Spine here. Maybe they did read it as Vile Spine. But playing it odd at 6.
Salsi Captain's kind of a dead draw here.
I think they might get out of this now.
Right. It's kind of hard to turn this down if you're Laviolats. You're kind of all in on the board here.
You got to Vile Spine this Wicker Flame, and that is pretty darn good news for playing it odd.
Yeah, because now they have double taunts to lock their opponents out. And the good news, though, for Laviolats is that it doesn't seem like if your opponents play Tyrion, that the Vile Spine will get immediately locked out or immediately killed, so that way you can have Shadow Step as a potential way to get out. But this is effectively an all-in from Laviolats.
Oh my. That doesn't do anything right now, I don't think. But it's a defensive draw for later on. And there's the big payoff with Steed.
Such patience from Planet Odd, and Lovey Lots has also been able to change their lines as well. And I can't believe a Control Paladin is just going toe-to-toe with a Rogue that's pretty much had an early Van Cleef into a good curve.
And I've loved the push that Lovey Lots made this game, but the Aldor Peacekeeper was a big punish to that double Scalebane turn.
Right.
Without an Aldor Peacekeeper, that double Scalebane turn, I think, would have closed.
What's so funny, too, is Planet Odd even accounted for the Scalebane. So that, if they play Scalebane, we have this like consecration set up, and we can do all those other things.
Yep.
And they've been so good at utilizing the resources at the right time with change, with extra cards to spare. Like, they never even had to use Tyrion, even though Tyrion's really good to lock it out.
And look at the life total that they're hovering at as well.
Yeah.
At 4 life, it is quite dangerous.
That's as close as it gets.
They are quite comfortable in this spot. Only Eviscerate or something wacky is going to kill them. And Eviscerate is not always found in rogues.
It's true.
If they have Keleseth, Eviscerate is guaranteed not there.
At this point, Lovey Lots' best chance to win would be to...
Oh my! That doesn't guarantee a heal?
No, but...
I think either one of those heals is huge, though.
Hold on. Let's think here. Is it better to Tyrion or better to consecrate True Silver? Or is it better to play Rag? I don't know. Rag's not guaranteed to heal, but if it heals a minion, it's also really good, too. Like, you heal either the minion or yourself, and either of those targets I think you're okay with. Healing the minion is actually... might even be strongly preferred.
Now, forgive me, Dan, it's late in the day, but have we seen Keleseth from Lovey Lots yet? 'Cause I know that they have been running Eviscerate in their rogues lately.
I can't tell you for sure. I feel like they drew it late in the game where it didn't matter, but I know Planet Odd certainly has been. Let's go ahead and tune in for what Planet Odd's thinking.
Is better I like Consecrate True Silver. I think that's better against... That gives them less outs from the True Silver.
Move quickly.
But I'm not very sure. I didn't think about all Paladin cards. I'm not claiming I did.
But I like to be aggressive too.
Okay. Then let's mark.
This is what I meant.
Reporting for duty.
I'm gonna need one of those taunts.
Oh, you drew Cold Blood.
So you Cold Blood the Shaku. You Flame Alley Cold Blood the Shaku and trade in. Right?
Why?
Dino size, kings, like stuff. We just need to know what we're doing.
So
right? We're always attacking and it's always hitting into a taunt, so.
Hammer.
Oh.
He's one off.
What?
He's one off lethal.
Oh.
So,
right.
you wanna hammer?
If we
I think we hammer the Stegodon.
Yeah. Slosh, quick.
Play it. Trust yourself. Roach burn it.
Damn.
Good reading.
We play
So, Happy Rag or Tyrion?
Tyrion.
Right.
I like Happy Rag. Like Happy Rag and trade everything. Sets up Liesel just with the 8/8, so he needs to kind of have a removal for that, and then
Still have like another random card like Deroid double damage. I don't know.
no, but like that doesn't
we
kill
just
us because we
Tyrion,
can't break through the
Then
taunt.
we never lose.
I mean, how do we lose? Like, how do they break through the taunt if we? I guess. Okay. Play Tyrion if you want to. But we do lose too.
How much do we trade?
We trade everything, right? We trade
Okay.
everything.
But if we trade everything, we can die to. Oh wait. We can die to Holy Verse into like.
We never
Bone
play
Mare if
around
we-
that.
You need to get Holy Red and you need to draw Bone Mare.
Yeah, so we never play around that. So we trade everything.
I hope it happens. But what does it play around to clear everything? Like, what does the 1/1 do against this board?
Like in a
Please,
random
just Holy Verse has.
health card.
Do it, Daddy. Boo.
Time for a little blow.
I did.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do the interview.
Okay, I'll just do it then.
An immaculately played game will put the cherry on top for Planet Odd's cake of victory.
That's right. 6-3 is a very strong score as well, leading into next week. This now puts a 6-way tie for second place in the standings as Planet Odd rides the Control Paladin to victory. Both teams.
What a mix-up, you know? Like, we were expecting Mage, and even, like, Team Buffy Lots expected Mage. They're like, yeah, okay, so Mage we have to beat. They were really focused on that. And then Paladin comes out, and you can even hear the comms from Jockey saying, like, I can't believe that they would queue this, even expecting for them to be a good matchup. And yet, because of it, they're able to find their way out. But it was close. I mean, there was, like, this weird scenario where Hammer of Wrath could have maybe found some out for the Rogue.
Yeah, I mean, the Swashbuckler, ideally for them, draws Holy Wrath, and then they see one of the biggest cost cards in their deck from that spot. The Karen, of course, was telling us off, as we saw later in the series. I believe it was preemptively tilted was the term Chalky used, though, when he saw that. Yeah. And there you can see the standings. Next week is going to be lit. Planet Odd climbs into second place in the standings due to their game score.
Yeah, Lovey Lots is still in the top 4, but they have effectively bumped G2 down by a single game. How important is it that Lovey Lots won an extra game in that series? Instead of going down 6-2, 6-3, they are in 4th place, but it's only for one more week. And also, on the other side of Virtus Pro, Complexity, G2 are all within striking distance as well. A win would put a big... actually, it's almost statistically likely that they just get through, right? If they just win. It's almost like everybody has to win and get through. Otherwise, Tempo Storm is playing for 5th and 6th.
Yeah. If Tempo Storm won 6-0 next week, they'd have a 29 game score or a 32 loss record on there. So they would need everyone else, I think, to lose in abysmal fashion. I don't know exactly how the matchups look just yet.
They need teams 1-3 to win convincingly, and they need to win 6-0. It's unlikely, but hey, we never know.
Hearthstone.
We're joined by Planet Odd 6-0 for a quick interview about his match. 6-0, how you doing, man?
Doing fine. Like, the match went pretty smooth, I guess.
Yeah, so, you know, it was a lot of interesting twists. You know, what do you think of their Paladin deck that they brought today?
Like, we were thinking if it's like a good arena deck or not, but I wasn't sure because like we didn't know if like it would just die to to River Quack on curve. Like, doesn't just die to like a decent arena tempo curve. Like, I'm not sure. Like, we were not sure if it would be a good arena deck or not. Like, it would be too greedy for that.
Well, I mean, you did lose to a good arena deck at some point, even though you returned the game, though. So,
I mean, I think that arena deck can be bad in arena and still be good against control area. I don't think.
Sure. So, Sixo, talk to us a little bit about how the team is feeling right now, because, I mean, you guys are coming off a lot of championships and a lot of expectations. Now you guys are in 2nd place, but it's still kind of like tense because everybody's effectively tied in record. Do you guys feel like this is something you expected, or are you guys hoping for more?
I think that we're like the strongest team, just like look at the players. Like, I'm not going to try to hide that. I think we were quite likely to make top 4. But near the first weeks with some issues with communication and also some bad draws, so we went 1-3 at the start. Didn't really lose hope, but yeah, I didn't really expect us to lose more matches after that.
Is communication, you feel, really changed in you guys' team coming into the Trinity series? Because, like you said, the 1-3 start was, I think, no one expected that.
I think it's not that unexpected since like a lot of decks in Hearthstone right now are kind of curvy since like the combo decks are banned, so I don't think the skill edge is that big after the bans in the current format. But yeah, the communication definitely got better. It's like when we have a disagreement, I just call the play last second to make sure there's like no miscommunication in the end. So I guess we improved, but I also think that like going 1-3 isn't that far off the charts.
Yeah, I mean, now you guys are in good position to make it top 4 with a convincing win next week as well. They asked me for no more questions. I do want to ask one more, though. Was it your idea for Hemet Jungle Hunter in the Shaman deck?
Yes, I just saw that like like Baize was playing the 4-2, what's it, Quidmaster, I think, for card draw. That's how they like. Obviously, a 6-mana 6/6 is bad, but I think a 4-mana 4/2 is worse, and it kind of works the same. I think it's even better the effect because you just don't need card draws. Like after the Helmet, you just keep drawing like stuff to use your mana with. So I think for Shaman, either you play no card draw or you play Helmet. I don't think any other card draw is better than Helmet.
Whoa, interesting. Very, very interesting. I hope you're right, because that'd be really cool to see a mix-up. But anyways, thanks for your time, and congrats on the win, and good luck in Week 7.